This is Dolynny TV, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon. Welcome to our first Canadian broadcast of the 2022 World Juniors. You think I would have had it up for New Year's Eve? You think I would have had it up for Boxing Day? You think I would have done a whole ton of stuff for this World Juniors tournament so far with Team Canada? Obviously, with as many Oilers jerseys as I have in behind me. But my friends, today, January 2nd, 2023. We look to set the internet ablaze with an not an Edmonton Oilers game, that's tomorrow. Team Canada World Juniors game that should be able to do lots, obviously. As I moved away, I'll show it again. The Canada jersey, drawing my name on the back, sporting in behind me for good luck this evening. So we'll see just how much good luck that thing brings to me this evening. Again, welcome into today's live stream too. If you're just joining me for the first time, welcome to Dolynny TV. It's my pleasure to have you along. And if you're returning, if you're one of the many subscribers here on Dolynny TV, thank you so much for being along. Obviously today we are hoping to really move closer to that 10,000 mark. Now less than, well, here's the crazy part, less than 125 to go, or 175, sorry, I screwed up the math, 175 subscribers to go to 10,000, so that's something you'll hear me appeal to you a lot about, well, early and often in today's live stream, simply put, because it is a big benchmark to hit on YouTube, and it's one that I think has been a long time coming. This is year 10 of Dolynny TV on YouTube, and this will be the year I hit 10K, which is absolutely crazy to think. All right. Anyway, you came for the hockey game. You want to know what's up and what you need to know as we get things set for today's match between Canada and Slovakia here at the World Juniors. Let me see if I can't bring up Mark Masters' Twitter here and see if we can't get those lines out to you, because he's obviously got the lines for today's matchup between Canada and Slovakia. So it's Roy, Stankoven, and Bedard who took the line rushes this morning as the top line. Othman, Wright, and Gunther will be your second line. Dean, Gosher, and Ostapchuk will be the third line. And then Schaefer, Bankier, and Fantilli make up that Canadian fourth line, as well as the 13th forward, the extra addition for Team Canada, Owen Beck, due to Colton Dock being injured and unable to continue. Obviously on the back end, Del Mastro, Zellweger, Allen and Clark, Hines and Korchinski make up this defensive group, with the extra 7th D-man Mathieu as well. And then Milic gets the start. There's no doubt about that. Milic getting the start for Team Canada. Can't afford to go sideways. And we will be in the black Canadian jerseys this evening against Slovakia. For Slovakia, sorry, I'm fighting off trying not to sneeze, and I'm just going to give up right now. For Slovakia, it's Nemec. Nemetz. I'm not sure how it is correctly pronounced. I think I've heard it a couple times. Petrovsky and Masar, Chernak, Dvorsky and Sikora, Misiak, Repsik, and Zinka, and then Bako, Day, and Sotek, and then you got Stefanic on the 13th forward situation. Again, if I'm butchering any of these names and you're from Slovakia and you can help me out, let me know, my friends. Funtek, Nemec, Natny, Strabek, Grosh, and Kmek, I think is how that's pronounced, or Mek, just Mek, and Bakar are your defensemen. And then on the back end in net, you got Gajon going in there and starting for Team Slovakia. So that's where we sit, getting ready for this one, my friends. Welcome into Dolynny TV. That's your lineup for this one. But what I want you to do right now is I want you to hit that like button if you're enjoying the pregame so far, or if you're just excited for this Team Canada matchup. Let me know. Give me some kind of tangible way to tell that you're excited for this one. And secondary too, if you want to hop in the chat and let me know how excited you're for this one. Kind of this is the benefit of the doubt time for the World Juniors streams, where I start half an hour early, try and get the stream started and get going before the game gets started. But this also allows us a little bit of time, Q&A time with me if you want, or whatever the heck you're looking to do here. Tell me who you're cheering for. Tell me what you've thought of the tournament so far. Anything you want to know, let me know by throwing it in the comments section of this stream, the chat section, whatever you want to call it. And we will, of course, get to it here before things really get off and running with this World Juniors broadcast here tonight on Dolynny TV. As I mean, the U.S. is just absolutely pounding Germany into oblivion here in the quarterfinals. 9-0 with 14.5 to go in this third period of play. That is absolutely rough if you're Germany, coming in obviously off of the past few years where you've been pretty decent at this tournament with the likes of Draisaitl. You've got also Stützle, Peterka, you've got as well Cider, however you say it. There's been a ton of great prospects at the World Juniors for Germany as of late, and unfortunately they're just not going. Solanas, will you be able to watch it on any available television channels? Well, my friend, you should be able to watch it on TSN. If you can't watch it on TSN, you should be able to watch it on tsn.ca if you are within Canada. That's the big premise there. If you're within Canada, you can watch within tsn.ca's live feature, which if you need somebody that has a television subscription, ask your friend, ask your cousin, ask your grandma, and say, hey, do you have TSN on your television subscription? If you do, ask them, pay them whatever it takes to borrow a case of their login credentials in case you need those to get into tsn.ca. You can't watch it on Sportsnet. It's only on TSN, Everett. That's the tough part. This is a TSN exclusive coverage kind of thing for obviously the World Juniors. It's something TSN's covered exclusively for years now, and they've made quite something of. Of course, it's a spectacle every single Christmas and New Year's, and now New Year's off and done. It's the 2nd of January, and we are just about ready to go. Owen Beck out there with Team Canada for the first time since it's been a whirlwind experience getting here. Yeah, I can imagine Owen Beck looking to try and bring something for Team Canada tonight. Alright, is there anything else we need to know? No, there isn't much else we need to know so far. So that's it. That's where we sit. We're just waiting for this hockey game to get underway. I think the score prediction, here's the problem. For Slovakia, it's kind of going to be, I think Sweden, Finland is the tightest game you'll see all day. I think when it comes down to it for Canada, if they put the pedal to the metal like USA has against Germany, I think it's going to be one of those things where Canada probably stomps them 7-8-0. I think Slovakia is a step ahead of Germany for sure, but it's going to be tough for Slovakia to keep up with a Canadian team trying to get to the semifinals, is what I'd say. Obviously, if Slovakia decides to play a really tough game, that could factor things differently, but I think it's one of those things right now as it gets going into this early part of the hockey game where I don't think Slovakia's got much of a chance, if at all, of really doing anything other than just keeping the score close and not losing terribly like Germany and I think Switzerland did today, because you got to think too, Switzerland got beat up 9-1 by Czechia, so that's kind of where we're sitting right now. Is this could get very ugly very fast, and look at this, USA tucks in another goal, and it is now 10-0 for Team USA. They are just scoring at will, and that's the hat trick. There's a hat down on the ice for, I believe, Logan Cooley, who scores his third goal of the game. Crazy. And all of a sudden, this could be the kind of game that goes out there and changes the scoring race a little bit. I know Connor Bedard's got such a lead, and Connor Bedard's still got a game to go tonight, but it's one of those things. It just is one of those, you know what, you start scoring 3, 4, 5 points in a game, and then maybe you eliminate Canada in the semifinals, and suddenly you're that close to getting things going. But they're looking at this as possible goaltender interference by Logan Cooley, but I think goalie was already out of position before that puck was tucked into the net, so it will be 10-0, 13:07 to go here in the third period between Germany and the USA. So we're just waiting for this Canada game to get underway. That's the big part right now. And yeah, I guess to give you the roundabout answer, I expect it to be lopsided for Canada, same as the last two games from Moncton and Halifax this afternoon. So, I mean, I guess prove me wrong, but I'm doubting it. I'm doubting that we'll see anything too crazy out of anyone else in this tournament other than Canada, the US, and potentially Sweden and Czechia, which will be more than likely the matchups in the semifinals. So we'll see what that equates to. But again, it's one of those things, right? Is I think there was foregone conclusion for 3 of these games who was going to win the quarterfinals, other than Sweden, Finland, which came down to the wire. and it was one of those big old mistakes on the shorthanded for Finland that changed the game. So that's just where we're sitting right now. We're waiting for this hockey game to get going, and we've got 20 minutes until puck drops. So if anyone has any questions or anything you want to fire my way, let me know. But as we're just getting this going and seeming to steady out at 60 or 23 viewers live at once, if you'd be so kind to consider hitting that subscribe button, my friends, as this stream goes along. You don't have to do it right now, but if you'd be so kind to consider sticking around. You see the subscribe graphics in blue and orange. You see all the blue and orange Oilers colors behind me. I think you can get where I'm going with this channel being what it is here on Dolynny TV, but I'd love to have you along for this crazy journey that I'm on, talking about the Edmonton Oilers every single day, it seems, nowadays in my life. So that's just where we sit, and of course you'll hear me talk as just doing the housekeeping notes. That's kind of what I try to do off the top of everything I do. But as you're seeing here, 64 times 1.9, we are already up in the first 10 minutes. We've already streamed 2.03 minutes on the stream, so we're not having too bad of a start to this stream. Obviously the goal is every stream to hit 50 hours watched. Would have done it earlier today had I not gone for a nap. Don't know why I still went for that nap, but I was getting a little hangry, I was getting a little tired, and I decided to just nod off for a nap, and it seemed to work out all right, because that live stream this morning, we got a long way to try and beat how many views? How about 3,600 views on that last live stream earlier today. So obviously now we're off and running with 70, but we got a long way to go to get there yet. And of course we got to get through a Canada Slovakia matchup to see if it's even going to be possible. As oh my goodness, the US has just scored another goal here for this one, as I think Duke scored another one here for USA, and now they're up 11-0. They're not even celebrating, they're not even barely tapping gloves here at this point, but it just is kind of what it is you keep shooting the puck probably is going to keep going in, and that one bounces off of a German player's face, and again another guy injured as he goes to the bench on a Duke goal. He just backhands this one. Roof job right there. It's a good shot, beauty of a shot there from Duke, but tough go for Germany, who puts in the backup and is now getting rocked 11-0 here in this third period. But it just is what it is, my friends. We're waiting for this Team Canada game to get up and underway here in a matter of about 20 minutes time. Hopefully we should see this game get going. Obviously, right, is normally we'd be going through the pregame show and all that, but we'll just watch this USA Germany game for the time being, or I could potentially see if we could find the pregame show on tsn.ca, see if it's publicly available as of yet. And it doesn't look like there's really anything else. United States, Germany. Up next, Canada versus Slovakia, except for IHF. World Juniors pregame show is on live at tsn.ca's number 5. So there we go. That's working. TSN 5 should get us going. Let's see if I can get it going here right now. Boom. IHF World Juniors pregame show. James Duthie, Bob McKenzie, obviously the rest of the crew. That's what we want to watch. There we go. That's good to go. We don't need to worry about that USA-Germany game anymore. It's pretty much out of reach at this point, so we'll let it be what it'll be, and we'll see what ends up happening here with this pregame show, see if there's any more information we can glean out of today's hockey game. I'll recap the lines quickly, as we've seemed to have gotten a couple of folks up here on the stream now. We're closing in on 30 people watching live at once, so let me see if I can't bring up Mark Masters and see if I can't get him going here for Team Canada's lines one more time. Friends, in case you're just tuning in, Roy, Stankoven, Bedard, Othman, Wright, Gunther, Dean, Gauthier, Ostapchuk. That's your top 9, followed by Schaefer, Bankier, and Fantilli as your fourth line. And Owen Beck, the call-up for Team Canada, will get the start on the 13th forward role for Team Canada today, obviously taking a chance to get into the lineup after Colton Dock was no longer able to continue. Del Mastro, Zellweger, the top pair, Allen and Clark, the second pairing, Hines and Korchinski, the bottom 6 pair, and obviously Mathieu is in there as the 7th defenseman, as where he has been all season, or all tournament, I guess you could say. Bedard's trying to tie the tournament goal lead, which is 10 is the record. He is at 6 right now with 3 games to go. Points 12 and 18. He's trying to bust both those. So Connor Bedard just that close to getting this job done and going out there and changing things around a little bit. So it'll be interesting to see if he can get that rolling here now for um, for Team Canada. Let's see what do we got? Um, Looks like there's a whole bunch of news on potentially trading yes, Puljujärvi again for the Oilers. Good. We'll have to talk about that again. But as we currently sit, we're just waiting for this hockey game to get up and underway here in this little bit. About 15 minutes away here for Canada and Slovakia, and they're showing off the highlights from back in the day. Lindros and Wayne Gretzky's highlights from way back when. Lindros, obviously the record tournament holder right now for Team Canada, and countdown to puck drop, 21 and a half minutes to go. So we'll see puck drop at about 4:38, my friends, Mountain Time, which is 6:38 Eastern Time, which would also be 6:30 Eastern Time, 7:30 Atlantic Time, and 3:30 Pacific Time. Yep, somewhere in there, about 3:38. Luke, I want Canada to win, obviously. I'm going to move again, friends, in case you're wondering who I'm cheering for tonight. Right there for you. Team Canada all the way, baby. And Eberle's excellence, game-by-game goals and assists, right? That's back when Kazakhstan was in the top tournament. And, I mean, back also, he struggled against Slovakia and Switzerland back in those games. All right, 2010 silver there for him. But interesting to go. Gold medal games for Sweden, USA for Jordan Eberle. All right, that's where we're sitting right now, waiting for this thing to get back started for us to get a hockey game underway. Friends, again, if you have anything you want to add to the chat, let me know. We'd love to answer your questions, talk to you about tonight's hockey game, and see what we can glean from each other as we get set for Canada versus Slovakia here in a matter of moments. And again, friends, if you're new to the channel and you want to consider sticking around for all this wonderful Oilers talk that I do day in, day out, I'd love to have you along for the journey. It's been one heck of a season so far, and that's with the Oilers not really doing much, if anything, at all. So again, you'll see throughout the live stream quite a bit of this graphic here, this hit that subscribe button graphic to Dolynny TV. So that's just your little bit of a heads up. I'm going to be pushing hard, trying to get within that last 150 by the end of today's live stream. Obviously 23 more to go to get to that 150 mark, so we'll hopefully get that done and get it going. But again, friends, as well as you see here, this graphic right here, if you could be so kind to hit that like button on the stream as well, that'll just help get a whole bunch of other folks into the stream, and we should be able to get everybody rocking and rolling. There's about 29 of you here in the chat right now. 3 likes on the stream. I think that we could easily get that up over 10 before the pregame comes to an end for sure. All right, there we go. Bingo. Good to go. All right, if anyone's got any questions, like I said, throw them in the chat. I'd love to answer them, but again, it's one of those things for the World Juniors. We broadcast Finland versus Sweden earlier this morning, and that was a very good game. I ended up getting a little tired there in the second intermission, decided to head out, have breakfast, and go back to bed. That's my right on a day off from work, and it turned out to be an all right day there for sure. As I woke up, had a teardown from Christmas, and now I am set to go back to work tomorrow and really rock and roll what will be an excellent 2023. There's a big move, 1 or 2 or 3 potentially, coming up in my life in 2023, and hopefully that winds up and ends up coming to fruition, because let me tell you, we haven't done all this hard work here on Dolynny TV over the past 4 or 5 years covering the Oilers to not have everything come together in the next little bit of 2023. By June, July, things will look much different. Unfortunately, I don't even know if you'll be seeing this set in June or July. We'll have something a little bit more updated, something a little bit more exciting for you to look at, hopefully by the time June, July comes this year. It's not even next year anymore. It's this year that June and July will be coming up and coming due. All right. Oh my goodness, look at this guy coming in the chat for however long ago. Oh my god, Race, welcome back. As we get going, the Czech head coach might be a good option for the Oilers to pick up for the Condors. Well, that's one of those things, right? I've heard some anger directed towards Colin Chalk, if I'm not mistaken, and hopefully he can. Hopefully Colin Chalk can start turning it around, but at the same rate too, when we've decimated the Condors roster, the Condors main guys that win them the games as much as we have throughout this season, that's tough. If Canada wins, Czechia versus Sweden, USA versus Canada. If not, if Slovakia wins, it's Czechia versus Slovakia and US versus Sweden. So obviously I think, we got a, well, what is it, Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday evening matchup against the United States scheduled for the future, but we'll just hold on, and we got to win a hockey game first. Oilers fanatic Patrick, my man, yeah, the Oilers World Juniors, what can't I do? Well, I'll tell you, I can't put jerseys straight on a wall. That's about that. That's the realistic, honest opinion, is I think those two jerseys are a little bit cranked up, but that just kind of also had to play to the camera, and what can't I do? Well, I can't get this corner over here. Obviously, it's covered by the scoreboard, but I wanted to put the Dolynny TV front license plate right there. I couldn't get that going, so instead we've got the Edmonton Oilers banner down there on the regular videos. My friends, good evening. Welcome into Dolynny TV. I see a ton of you just joining in. Thank you so much for being along for the ride today. Love having you for as long as you can possibly stay. Secondary, if you have to head out for a quick second to eat supper or something, put your device down, just put me on mute, let it rock and roll, because let me tell you, the watch time helps everybody else find the live stream, stay up to date with the hockey game, and enjoy what will be a good, fun time this evening for Canada versus Slovakia. And suddenly, right, this is Canada versus Slovakia. This isn't even the really fun game as of yet, right? The gold medal, the silver, the semifinals are going to be really fun, obviously facing the US, and then probably taking on Sweden or the Czechs in the gold medal game, probably taking on Czechoslovakia. Wow, brutalize that. Czechia in the gold medal game would be my guess. That's just where I'm sitting on. Let's see what else we got here, if there's anything I can glean from Twitter before we get back to the chat. I don't think there's anything I've missed as of yet. Yeah, nothing else really to go out there and do other than to retweet Patrick's video on Twitter and get him a little bit of extra viewage there for sure. And Ethan Del Mastro just traded a puck for a friendship bracelet. Here, little City. Come here, City. Oh, come running, baby. Good boy. Good boy. Hi, buddy. Cat just wants to make an appearance on the stream. You want to come up, buddy? You want to come up? Here. All right, come on, my little three-legged bite. Oh, there's the little three-legged guy coming on up for a little snuggle, I guess, is what he's looking for. I guess that's what he's meowing about. He wanted some love. And, of course, I don't know if you can see it. He's just trying to get over my back here. Sorry. Cat time on the stream. Hey, City, quit. City, quit. There we go. There we go. As you can see, missing a leg there. Little three-legged guy. Hey, you're just being the cutest. You're just being the cutest little guy, eh? You're gonna eat my mic stand? Hey? Hey? Okay. You trying to cuddle? Oh, you want that? You want the mic ball. Yeah, you guys can probably hear that all day, so I'll put him down, but get where I'm going with that. There you go, little City. Good boy. As there he goes. Little three-legged guy just trolling in for a little bit of loving here on the stream prior to getting things going. Obviously, he's going to be a little lonely not sitting upstairs with him in the next little bit. But again, friends, welcome aboard to Dolynny TV. Again, I just spend that 5 seconds talking about my cat on stream. I hope that made somebody's night at least. Yeah, I just see a ton of you joined in here recently. Again, welcome to Dolynny TV. My pleasure to have you along. I'm Tyson as we get set for Canada and Slovakia at bottom of the clock. 4:38 is what it's about scheduled for. So we're sitting now 4:25 on the evening as we just get things going here in Alberta. All right, let's see. And did I actually predict it was going to be 2-1, or did somebody else predict it was going to be 2-1? Oh my goodness, my memory is, I'm a squirrel, boys. I'm an absolute squirrel. That's kind of the problem. Is there's a reason I dressed up as a squirrel for Halloween, and it perfectly matches my personality, that's for sure. But as we're getting set for this one here, I just want to quickly, again, check Twitter. Again, if there's anything I miss, I don't want to miss it. That's the only problem. Hi, little Thump. Come on up, Thump. Come on up, Thump. Come on up, Thump. You want to cuddle? You can cuddle. And what do we got? Sioux support for Jack match here at the World Juniors. What do they got? What kind of sign is this? Came from the Sioux to see you. All right. So Jack Mathieu has some fans in from the Sioux tonight. And we'll see what he can get going on. And friends, again, if there's anything you want to add to the chat, let me know. I will definitely try and make sure to get to your message before puck drop here, as we've got an interview here with Brennan Othman here this morning, as he's getting going ready for today's hockey game here against Slovakia. It's Slovakia Canada Under-20 World Junior Championships quarterfinal action here on Dolynny TV in just a matter of moments, my friends. I'll have the play-by-play call for you, as we'll stay up to date with everything going on in this hockey game as best we can. Obviously, so far so good on the stream. Again, just to roughly give you an idea of what we've kind of achieved throughout this pregame show so far. This is something that I always like to mention, because it's something that blows me away that friends across the internet would spend this much time hanging out with me on a, well, Monday evening. But as it currently sits, you look at this here, 666. Divided by 60, we are at 10.94 hours streamed on the stream already this afternoon. That's not a bad get before puck drop, that is for sure, as we're trying to hit 50 hours streamed this afternoon. So we'll see if that does end up coming true. I think there's no doubt about it that it should. And again, friends, as I just continue to see folks join in mass numbers, good evening, welcome to Dolynny TV. As just a reminder, if you're new to the channel, what I want you to do as you watch today's live stream is consider hitting that subscribe button here on the channel. I make no bones of it. I'm a huge Edmonton Oilers fan. That's what the entire Dolynny TV channel is regularly scheduled around, but it's just one of those things right now, the World Juniors. Why not enjoy a little bit of national team bonding between fans across the country and hopefully draw in some new people to Dolynny TV that way. So I'd love to have you along for this ride. If you'd be so kind to hit that subscribe button, that would be greatly appreciated. But as we get rocking and rolling towards this game, they're going to have now the final 10 minutes before puck drop. My little three-legged guy is absolutely loving this pet down I'm giving him. He's absolutely just sucking up before I have to get to business here in a matter of a few minutes. But it is what it is, and we'll rock and roll as we go along. If anyone does have any questions, let me know in the chat. And secondary to that, friends, if you're just joining into the stream right now, what I want you to do is hit the like button on the stream. We're at 6 likes. Again, I tried to challenge everybody about 5 minutes ago to get that up over 10 before puck drop, but obviously we're sitting at 6, so we need 4 people to step up and hit that like button that haven't already. So if you'd be so kind to consider doing that, that'd be greatly appreciated. Canada, Slovakia, the quarterfinals live from the Scotiabank Centre in Halifax, Nova Scotia. Well, that game's going to go here in just a matter of moments. Now 4:29 on the clock, which means we are about 9 minutes away from puck drop before things really kick off and get started tonight. Thank you, Robert. Appreciate that. And look at that. All I have to do is ask, and we're up to 11 likes on the stream. Thank you, guys. I didn't even notice that. Now 13. She is moving up there quick. Perfect. We should be able to get a ton of other friends in here this afternoon and get really off to a good start for a World Juniors game. That should be something special. Obviously, Canada getting their quest for gold started, right? Obviously, the not exhibition, round robin games count for something, but they don't count as much as an elimination game, and that's where for Canada today, beating down on Slovakia the similar way that the US has on Germany will definitely matter to Canada, obviously, because it's going to be such a important thing to go out there and for Connor Bedard to set some records and to just win convincingly, leave no doubt about your team going into the semifinals against the US, right? You got to almost want to match what the US did against Germany. They're currently up 11-1 in that hockey game against Germany at current. So that's where we are sitting right now. And Connor Bedard getting set to hit the ice for this one. He will try and do the damage that will obviously, hopefully, win Canada this hockey game today. And now we've got our intro song at 4:30 as we have flipped to the actual broadcast today between Canada and Slovakia. A reminder, if you have a friend, mother, brother, cousin, aunt, uncle, grandma, grandpa, somebody in your life that has a sports package on their cable or satellite, ask them for their login information in case you want to watch tonight's game and you're in Canada. You can watch via tsn.ca if you get their login info off them. Owe them a case of whatever, a bottle of whatever, a $20 bill, whatever it's going to take them to give you the login information for their TV provider, and just go watch this hockey game tonight. That would be what I would recommend. But friends, on a day where we got good news for the Oilers, obviously Leon Draisaitl back in the lineup tomorrow against the Seattle Kraken, a live stream in which you can see live here on Dolynny TV tomorrow night, I promise you. But it's one of those things, we now get Canada and Slovakia, which is something I've been waiting for all day. I woke up ready to stream that Sweden versus Finland game, and now suddenly we are here against Canada and Slovakia. 4:30 in the afternoon, work in the morning, coming back. Cat's loving the loving here this afternoon, and we are just about ready to get things rocking and rolling between Canada and Slovakia. Canada has never lost to Slovakia at the World Juniors, so that's something you got to know here, is Canada's looking to do exactly what the U.S. did, exactly what Czechia did against their opponents today in the World Juniors action, and try and win themselves convincingly a hockey game. Patrick, 11-1, I'm telling you there's a chance. Well, there was a chance, but unfortunately Germany decided to put in their backup goalie, and he just started giving up goals left, right, and center. 5 minutes and 40 seconds to puck drop, my friends, as we get set for today's hockey game. Again, if you're new to the channel, I want you to consider over the rest of the live stream, whatever time you spend with me tonight, to consider hitting that subscribe button here on Dolynny TV. It'd be my great pleasure to have you along to cover more Edmonton Oilers stuff as the season goes along, and obviously follow what Reed Schaefer does the rest of the way. Follow what happens with Connor Bedard and see what Team Canada can do here in this World Juniors as we're getting up and underway for this quarterfinals matchup. We're just about ready for action here, that is for sure. We are 5 minutes away, or roughly thereabout, till puck drop live from Halifax, and we'll see what ends up coming from that game. Connor Bedard trying to set things up for an all-time record for Canada. Obviously, that's his big kind of goal here tonight, and we'll see if it does come to fruition for Canada and Connor Bedard. He's hoping to smash the record quite a bit, quite heavily actually, this evening. So thanks for being here, and we'll see what happens. Alright, sorry, just typing in the chat. Alright, there we go. We are good to go. We are flying, and they are talking about the jersey sales for Connor Bedard at the World Juniors. He's been absolutely selling out of them kind of deal for Team Canada. No, that is an absolutely awful angle. I mean, I am so sorry you guys had to witness that, but there we go. A little three-legged guy is gone, and we are good to stream this one. Canada will play the USA should they win. If Slovakia somehow wins this matchup, then it becomes Czechia versus Slovakia and the United States versus Sweden. And we'll see what those two teams can do against each other, Canada and the USA, in the semifinals. Obviously, working the hours I do, I doubt I'll be home in time to stream anything but the third period, but we'll try and get it up and underway in time for coverage on Wednesday, and then try and get the gold medal game underway on Friday. But again, friends, welcome to Dolynny TV. Thank you so much for being here. It is just going to be me watching the game, actually broadcasting the game. That's what it'll be, is me doing the play-by-play for you, covering off the game for you in case you can't watch. Somebody's got to have that free service, so that's kind of what I'm going to do here, and we'll just exchange likes and subscriptions in favor of that. All right, that's what I think we're going to do. And just before puck drop here, I'm going to send you guys a quick a quick ad, and we should be ready to rock and roll for tonight's action live from Halifax. Last 3 minutes to go before the broadcast Again, thank you so much for hanging out with me for the pregame show. And now, let's get set for this. As there's already some bashing of the TSN broadcast, as there usually is on my timeline on Twitter. Give me a moment, friends. I'm going to take a quick second to go upstairs and get this one just a little bit more water. I'll be right back. All right, we are good to rock and roll. Sorry, friends, just need more of the water. It's the biggest thing. Boom, right? Got to support, got to rep where you can. And I'm hoping that Team Canada comes out with a good effort tonight and we get the job done against Slovakia, that is for sure. But as we're just waiting for this hockey game to get up and underway, we got about a minute and a half to go, my friends. It's going to be one heck of a good time here. Canada versus Slovakia, that is for sure. We'll see what both teams feature here tonight. Ouch. Arms are kind of cramping up from having sitting in the chair all day. But we are about ready to go here in a matter of a few moments. Now water is awfully warm. Oh, man. Arm is cranked, guys. But anyway, Canada versus Slovakia. Here we go. We are just about set for action in a matter of moments. Canada in the home blacks. And then, obviously, Mark Ewert and David Kluchek will be the referee and linesman pair. Jacob Sindel and an American referee will be the other pair as well. In net for Slovakia this evening, Adam Gajan will get the start. 2-1 record, 195 goals against average, and a .939 save percentage so far. Thomas Milic will get the start for Canada. 121 goals against average, .939 save percentage. And here's the problem: if you're really anything of a hockey fan that knows anything about these two teams, I'd buckle up and expect a blowout for Team Canada here tonight versus Slovakia. So that's kind of where we're going to sit here and get this going. We should be ready to rock and roll here in a matter of a few moments. Shane Wright will take the opening face-off for Canada. There's a guy in a whole Mounties outfit there in the stands, and this looks like the crowd is absolutely into it at the Scotiabank Center. Getting it ready to get this one going. The puck is just about down. We are just about ready for hockey. The captain, Shane Wright, draws into the face-off dot. Brendan Othman there as well. Dylan Gunther on the other wing. And my friends, we are ready for a hockey game here to get up and underway, as Canada will lose the face-off. Slovakia starts in their own end. It will be backhanded up into the neutral zone. Canada looking to turn this puck over, and Slovakia will chip it up high off the glass and get it down the ice. This one's going to be an opportunity for Canada now in the defensive zone to move the puck out. Slovakia's forecheck comes on heavy on the far side boards. Canada transitions though with Gunther getting it out in the neutral, and Slovakia taking it back into possession. This one will be chipped all the way down the ice. Zellweger will meet it there for Canada. Obviously, Owen Beck, to the 13th forward for Canada, so look for him to get a couple of shifts here tonight. Joshua Roy in on the attack. Canada flips it to the open wing. Nobody there, and Slovakia will move it out of the zone. We have played 45 seconds of this hockey game to start, and it looks like the old graphic is going to do the same thing it did last time. Let me see if I can't just take this here and get a score graphic up for you. Right now is coming across the blue line. Brant Clark drops off to Connor Bedard. Bedard's got the puck. You must watch television every time he's on the ice, and that was almost a backdoor tipsy pass for Team Canada as they almost went up 1-0. Now trolling through the middle of the zone. Stankoven falls down, or passes it to Roy, who falls down. And now Stankoven will see this one to the near side boards where Slovakia will try and chop it out of the zone. They do. Backhand it off the boards back into the Canadian end. 18:36 to go here. Connor Bedard carrying at the blue line. He's going to get it ahead. Backhander denied there by the goaltender Gajon for Slovakia. And this is going to be a nice tie up there by Brant Clark to prevent Slovakia from transitioning out of their own zone. Canada's history in the World Junior quarterfinals, 14-3 lifetime, so that's not a bad record. And that will be an icing call against Team Canada with 18:15 to go here in this first period. And I'm going to see if we can't try and get that score graphic back up, as something seems a little wonky here for obviously that graphic for some odd reason. Let me see if we can't refresh here and get a new link in there. We'll try and get this going here and see if it's going to reanimate itself. Sorry, I want you guys to be able to see the score. Currently 0-0 between Slovakia and Canada, just about 2 minutes in, as Canada taking the body to Slovakia there. Slovakia gets a shot from the point. It's blocked in front. They're trying their best to get going, and they can't seem to get it going. 18 minutes exactly left here in the first period. The shot fired there by Slovakia, and it goes all the way across. There's a little bit of interference in the defensive zone. It allows Slovakia to hammer it back into the Canadian end, and now back out of the zone Canada comes, but Slovakia turns it over at the blue line. They'll fire the shot. Milic the save, and he didn't know where that one had gone, but he makes the save into the corner. And now Canada will again get it out of the zone and move it ahead, where it'll be chipped back into Canadian territory after it was met by Slovakia at their own blue line. This one to the far side corner, as Canada comes up with the puck in behind their own net. Hines will backhand it around to the D partner, and this one will be chipped up off the boards, kept in there by Slovakia, who almost got a fortunate bounce in front but couldn't get the job done. We remain 0-0, however, and Canada will transition out of the zone. We are wide open here early on. This one pass across for, I believe, Fantilli. He couldn't handle it, and this one will be bounced back into Canadian end, where Milic will play it off to his D-man Zellweger. Zellweger in behind his own net. He'll start out and bust through the open ice inside his own zone, busting now into the Slovakian end as he goes off the boards and in on the attack. This one goes back to the blue line. Nobody home for Canada. They'll have to retreat with the puck to their own blue line, where they will just fire it in and get it on down deep. 16:40 to go here in this first period of play. This one's going to be chipped here by Slovakia back up into the Canadian zone, where Canada will again recover and move it through the neutral. Here's somebody striking down the wing. Gunther fires the shot. He's buried into the boards, and the shot denied on the shot block of the stick from Slovakia. Shot in front. Another pass. Misses. Shot fired. Denied again by a block, with Connor Bedard in front, or is that Shane Wright in front? I'm really not sure. Somebody in front rather than a letter for Canada. But now a breakaway chance for Slovakia. Shot saved by Milic. It's a weak one, and he's able to make the easy pad save there. But Slovakia again picks it up, and so far 3-0 the shots for Slovakia. Make that 4 or 5-0, as Canada still nowhere in the score column, nowhere in the shot department. 15:54 to go here in this first period of play, and for some reason I can't seem to get the live stream graphic up to go, but it is what it is, and we'll see what ends up happening. Yeah, and again, friends, I don't mean to keep you from the real game. I'm just here to provide a service. That's really all I'm here to do, in case you can't catch the game, as we are rocking and rolling into, obviously, the next half of this little bit of action here. The first half of this first period, Canada able to transition out of their own zone. Stankoven will bat it there to Slovakia, who will fire it back down to Milic. Milic will leave it there for his defenseman, but it's worked all the way back to the blue line, where Milic has to again handle a point shot and swallow it up. So Slovakia continues to fire the shots, but if I've seen anything happen today, is it was Finland all over all over Sweden early on, and Sweden still ended up winning that hockey game. So don't doubt when you're down in the shot department that you're going to lose this hockey game, and I don't think Canada is, as they're just settling into this game right here, right now. And this one, a chance there for Stankoven to try and bust through, but couldn't get it over to Bedard. 22 saves on 22 shots for Milic on the 5-4 win on Saturday, New Year's Eve against Sweden. He was excellent, doing some great goaltending there for sure. And this one now, a point shot from Slovakia that gets blocked 3 times. Milic makes the save, and then Canada is able to scramble it into possession and get it going. They will backhand it ahead, and now this one will go down the ice yet again, and here's a chance for Slovakia back into possession to chip it back into the Canadian end. 15-10 to go in this first period. Moved ahead by Canada, and they're working this one down deep into the Slovakian end, trying to get something going, but can't seem to get it going there as Slovakia again turns them back, and a nice poke check there will allow them to exit the zone, and it's one-on-one back the other way against Matir, who will see Slovakia just steer offside briefly, and that will have to make them dump it in instead of coming across clean, which would have been a 3-on-1. Slovakia back and forth in the D zone, and now a chance to tip it into Canadians' end again, and they do. Canada up with the puck, however, and they'll be back the other way. Here's Shane Wright, who's going to look to chip this one off the boards, and he's looking to make a play here, do anything with that puck, I guess you could say, and instead he's tied up by Natney? Yeah, that looks like Natney on the boards for Slovakia. Puck put in front, and Gunther misses that one just right there. Gunther again gets it back to Brant Clark. Now a scramble in front, and Shane Wright can't bury it. Premature whistle, stops play, and now all of a sudden we gotten some pushing and shoving in front of the net. Shane Wright moving it around in the crease with Team Slovakia. After the save, as Canada gets a grade A chance there, Gunther puts it wide. That was a beauty of an opportunity for Canada, and it was just fired wide. And then this one tipped down by Othman right onto the pads of Gajon, and that was almost a big-time goal. And then Shane Wright jamming that one right onto the pad of Gajon again, trying to make another something or rather happen here for Canada, who now has 3 shots on the game. This looks like it'll be Stankoven, Bedard, and Roy coming over the blue line into the offensive zone here for Canada to take this face-off. 14-11 to go here in the first period of play. 5-3 the shots on goal for Slovakia so far. The linesman in the way, but here's now an opportunity for Waugh, who has it denied. There it is, Waugh. I thought it was Roy, but it's Waugh. And now is fanned on shot by Stankoven. And Canada cuts it off, though. Here's Connor Bedard in tight. Scores, baby! You know he's going to pot that one home. My goodness, he doesn't miss those often, and he wasn't going to miss that one there. Connor Bedard, all-time points leader at the World Juniors. Right there you have it. Connor Bedard gets the job done, scores the big goal. And the scene in Halifax is absolutely unreal. Canadian fans losing their mind, and look at that big-time goal there. That was just a scramble of a play. Stankoven, good job to keep it alive, and then feed right down to Bedard, who comes right in, walks glove side, puts it home, and puts home a tournament, well, a Canadian record, I think, for the craziness there. That is absolutely insane that Connor Bedard was able to do that. That is for sure. And the best goal scorer the tournament has ever seen, I guess you could say. 13:53 to go with a 1-0 Team Canada lead here in this one. 5-3 the shots, but like I said, don't worry about who's got the lead in shots because it's not going to matter much as Shane Wright shoots it off the side of the net. Wright tries to one-time it again off the pass from Othman, couldn't get it to going. Now here's an opportunity, the shot from Gunther. Well, it's turned aside. This one's going to be worked on down deep to Brennan Othman, who will see Shane Wright work it there to Gunther. Connor Bedard, 15 goals. Well, that's a Canadian World Junior Championship record. And Connor Bedard, 32 career points. Canadian World Junior record. Obviously, the tournament records remain, but he is close to chasing that down. Needs 3 more goals to tie the record for a single tournament. And obviously, he's got the rest of those tournament points. So he is this close to getting the job done now. At this rate, 14 Canada, 13:01 to go here in this first period of play as Canada will see this one go. And I'm sitting here wondering why my right side's so cold. I don't have my heater on. Apologies there as I have to duck out of frame for a second. But 12:50 to go here in this first period of play, a 1-0 lead for Canada, and now they're going to start intimidating Slovakia out there, finishing their checks and hitting the body hard. And now we all of a sudden have a pushing and shoving match with Hines and a Slovakian player in behind the net, and another player goes down. And this one's going to open into the physicality a little bit here. Connor Bedard, 7th of the tournament. In on net, Canada, the shot saved by Gajon, and Stankoven ends up drawing that assist, the lone assist for Canada on the turnover and the feed down to Bedard. And all of a sudden, yeah, we got a lot of pushing and shoving here down low in the Slovakian end. 12:24. Wouldn't be surprised to see this one skate 4-on-4, which would mean Connor Bedard probably gets out there and gets an opportunity to skate yet again. But look at this one here. Connor Bedard comes in, attacks, and scores the goal that puts Canada up 1-0 early on. Friends, welcome to Dolynny TV. My great pleasure to have you along this afternoon. Thank you so much for being here. But as we're getting things rocking and rolling, it's a great pleasure to have you along for today's broadcast, and I'd hope that you take the time to consider doing one thing for me. That is hitting that subscribe button here on Dolynny TV. It would be great if you could, because I mean, we are closing in on 10,000 subscribers minute by minute. Now less than 175 away from hitting 10,000 here on the channel, and it would be absolutely fantastic if we'd be able to crush that off here before the end of the World Juniors. That is for sure. That was kind of the goal, was to do it on Boxing Day. Obviously Boxing Day didn't pan out to be what it was supposed to be, dealing with the body flu that I had, but we got through, we survived, and now we are less than 170 subscribers away from 10,000 here on Dolynny TV. So thank you to everybody that's hit that subscribe button so far in the live stream. Really appreciate that, as we're blitzing along as well here on the stream for sure. And Matthew, yes, it was a record-breaking goal for Connor Bedard. 15th goal, I think, big time get for him for sure. Jeff Carter had 12. You know, that's one forgotten record there. Jeff Carter was a very good World Juniors player in his time. I'll settle back into my chair a little bit here. Bedard has 18 points in his last 4 games played at the World Junior, a plus 12 rating, and of course 6 goals and 12 assists. And there's going to be a penalty, it looks like here, maybe to Zlinka in behind the net as he cross-checked one of the Canadian players in the numbers. That is number 18. I'm not sure who number 18 is. I don't know my Canadian players all too well, and it looks like instead we're actually going to skate 5-on-5 as Canada's caught up in the shot department. They were at a time down 5-0, now 6-6 in a 1-0 hockey game. We'll fix the scoreboard here in the next little bit, but 12:24 to go in this first period. Connor Bedard's going to line up on the left wing. They didn't do the push that time. They were talking about him making that play up and trying to do it all the time in junior, and finally he gets it go on the big stage in the World Juniors. And here's Connor Bedard with the puck now. Bedard coming to the outside, shoots the pucks, and that's a scramble at the side of the net. Stankoven shoots it again, and that looks to draw a crowd again. And this game could boil over here in terms of the World Juniors, obviously, but this one getting animated here is Connor Bedard absolutely furious at somebody, and he's having to be hauled away by the linesman who he had turfed to the ground kind of deal because of a Slovakian player pushing him. And it looks like Connor Bedard's going to go to the box, so you don't mind to see this. Your leading scorer is also your tough guy out there as he goes to fire that shot as it almost fools the goaltender there for Slovakia again. And then Stankoven gets mangled there between two players. Cross-check in the chest and then cross-check in the lower back as he gets bent. And that ends up being the thing that draws the crowd. And obviously Stankoven not a very big guy, so you have to hit him in the right spot to do that. And then Bedard grabs the guy by the neck and says, whoa, 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 and then gets turfed to the ice. And all of a sudden there is a lot of anger within this crowd too in Halifax tonight. That's this one. Extra power. Oh, hey, the extra penalty goes to Slovakia, though. So there you have it. The extra penalty going to Slovakia here in this one. So the power play for Canada as Connor Bedard goes to the box. That's kind of one of those things. Hard to set records in the penalty box, but it will be 4 or 5-on-4 with offsetting or coincidental minors, whatever you want to say. 12:07 to go here in this first period. 1-0 for Canada versus Slovakia. So we get set to call this power play. Obviously, it'll be whipping it around the zone. If it's anything like the Oilers power play, I get mighty confused once they start moving the puck. Here's Connor Bedard explaining what went wrong on that play for him as he didn't score. That was a heck of a shot, though. Almost fooled the Slovakian goaltender. And then Stankoven's extra whack gets going, and Bedard gets right into the pile as he's upset with Misiek for knocking the stick out of his hand. And then he gets turfed to the ice, and everybody meets up. And Bedard's like, really, guys? Really? This is what we're going to do? Really? And that is where we sit. So the captain for Slovakia goes to the box and another player. And we will have a 5-on-4 for Team Canada here with 12:07 to go in this first period. Canada wins the face-off back. There'll be an opportunity here now for Zellweger to get it across. The shot coming from Gunther, fired, saved by the goaltender Gajon, and that will be a whistle. That one froze up a lot quicker than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was scrambling around, but they blew the whistle. Othman not too happy with it, and that will be the 9th shot of the hockey game for Team Canada here all of a sudden, roaring back 9-1 in the last 10 shots for Canada as they continue to get things going, and Othman tries to get it jammed through the pads, but he couldn't do as such for Team Canada, so we will have another whistle and a stoppage in play, and it looks like Misiak is going to go off for cross-checking. That's what they gave him the penalty for against Connor Bedard, or against, is it against Bedard? I don't know how that play, oh man, I watched the replay 5 times and still couldn't tell you. Canada, though, can't keep the puck in at the blue line. Now it's a race for it between the Slovakian player and, well, Zellweger, who is able to get back defensively, and that will allow the Canadians to transition out of their zone. Gunther up the wing. He will cut through the middle and off to the side wall, and now to the near side. Shot fired from Shane Wright up over top of the net. Zellweger able to come up with this puck. He will come across to Stankoven. Stankoven back to Zellweger. Zellweger risks the shot, blocked in front. Gunther far side. Zellweger with the puck back at the blue line now as Stankoven passes on down to Shane Wright. It deflects there. Zellweger again gets it back at the blue line. Stankoven looking, loading, shoots, fires up and over top of the net, out of play, and we will have a stoppage in play with 11:15 to go here in this first period. And this is just bugging me here, so I'm going to delete this, go and delete this, and see if we can't just blank that out and then go here and get this something else here as we'll go to games. See if I can't get a another scoreboard up here for a brief moment. We'll go not highlights, nope, not highlights. As we want to go games. Sorry, pardon me. Canada's still on the power play here. I thought we were going to commercial break. Shot there coming, but it's denied there by a block shot and a missed opportunity for Canada, as we'll have another opportunity coming off the wall back to the blue line. Brant Clark across, second power play unit out there, backdoor shot, can't get it going on the one-timer from Fantilli, and it will be knocked all the way out of the Canadian end, so we'll just try and get this going here as we'll go back here as Canada continues to possess this puck down deep, as now it goes in for Waugh, who will come back to the blue line. He misses the zone, and that will allow us enough time to set up hopefully the scoreboard here. We'll see what that does, and then for some reason that is, there we go, good to go, good on. And now Canada back to the blue line. Fantilli to Clark, across to the far side. Cat comes in to check it on me again. 5 seconds left in the power play. Fantilli that fires the shot, blocked in front. Sorry, I'm trying to get this scoreboard going too. Here's Fantilli again, the shot right into Gajon's glove. And we will have a stoppage in play. So there we go, good cycle attack from Canada as the power play comes up empty. But that's what happens when you don't have Connor Bedard on the ice, right? The power play does come up empty because he's in the box. And that will allow, well, Slovakia to survive another chance there, and hopefully that'll have solved our goal problem. There we go. We got the score clock figured out. Let's giddy up, as that's a huge get. Now Canada up 1-0 on top of Slovakia here early on in this one. Canada and Slovakia obviously battling each other quite heavily. That's for sure. That's been something that's been prevalent throughout the game. And that's just where we sit right now. TSN should let you buy the game, or you just buy a month of TSN and watch some football while you're at it too. TSN obviously has all the NFL, so might as well make it worth your time. Here we go. This one's going to be backhanded around. 10 minutes to go here in the first period, as this one's going to be worked out by Slovakia, fired on down, and now 9:54 to go here in this first period as Canada picks up the puck and gets going out of their zone. It's turned back by Slovakia briefly. Again, Canada in their own zone will be able to get this puck ahead. 11-7 dumped in. That will be an icing call against the Canadians. So my friends, that sounds like a good time to send you an ad quickly. And of course, once again, appeal, if you'd be so kind, to consider hitting that subscribe button here on Dolynny TV. If you've enjoyed the play-by-play so far, if you don't think I'm the worst thing you've ever listened to, I'd encourage you to stick around for more play-by-play of the Edmonton Oilers and more Oilers coverage. Quite often doing Oilers news, trade rumors, injury updates, and all the like. and obviously just talking about anything and everything I can Edmonton Oilers when I'm not doing this World Juniors thing. The face-off down, Dvorsky loses it, and that will be fired around the boards for Canada to chop it out of the zone and back into the neutral. 9:33 to go here in the first period as Canada leads 11-7 in the shot department. Both teams engaged in a good battle here so far. Slovakia moves it ahead into the offensive zone, but turned back there by Stankoven, who will walk across the blue line. Fires the shot, saved there by Gijon. And we will have another dust up here as Waugh must have said something. And Sikora gives him a little bit of a 1-2 business punch there. And we will have another break in the action. My friends, welcome to Dolynny TV. If you're just joining me and I haven't said hello yet, my apologies. We've got a hockey game that you may be watching going on here. But as it is right now, we're just rocking and rolling throughout the broadcast. Well, quite rocking and rolling, I must say, to be honest with you. You want to know how I normally rate how my live streams are doing is if we have 50 hours on the entire live stream. And at 1.4 times 23.21, we're already well over 50 hours. We're at 54.16. So thank you so much for hanging out and being a part of the live stream today. Really appreciate that. Thank you to everybody who's hit the like button on the stream. Now up over 31. If you haven't done that already, you see the impact it's had. So why not come on in and be a part of the energy, I guess you could say, as we are rocking and rolling this hour for sure here on Dolynny TV as well. We're crushing along what is going to be a very great day of YouTube for yours truly here on the channel today. So thank you so much for making this Monday, January 2nd, a memorable one for me, as Simon Nemec and Philip Massar and Juraj Slafkovsky all selected in the first round. Three's company from Slovakia, Massar and Nemec, in this obviously in this World Juniors roster for Slovakia, and how much more of a wagon they would be if they had gotten Juraj Slafkovsky from the Montreal Canadiens. Well, that is definitely something to be argued about for sure. But as we're just going to get this puck down, Canada in the offensive zone after the icing against Slovakia. A chance here, or whatever. Sorry, it was the glove by Gijon. That was the icing prior for Canada when I thought we were going to go to commercial break, because I just sometimes lose track. But it's for Slovakia, who has never won anything more than a gold or bronze medal here at the World Juniors. They will see this puck go down deep into their own zone. Joshua Roy on the puck. He feeds Connor Bedard, who is denied in front. What a save. Or I don't even think he got the shot off, to be honest with you, but he's sniffing the net here, looking for something as Stankoven gets it across, and now Bedard open in front. They try to find him again, and he just can't backdoor tippity-tap, slide it past the pads. Here's Joshua Roy firing the shot, blocked in front or saved, and Slovakia will be able to chip this one up and out of the zone. And now all of a sudden I touched my face, the cat obviously, and I am itchy. Goodness sakes, cat allergies. Here's Stankoven. He's going to flip this one after crossing center. It's going to go down to the goaltender for Slovakia. Backhand to the defenseman, and now a play ahead that goes all the way down to Milic, and it will be another icing call against Slovakia here. And Connor Bedard looking to be fed in this one. That's kind of the idea. Obviously, yeah, you want to win the game, but you can do it pretty much all by Connor Bedard shooting the puck. And here's this one. This one was a beauty. He's getting cross-check, gets to the front and just can't toe it in. And then Bedard, just fantastic angle here of it as he tries to go backdoor to put it home and just can't quite finish it off. So that's the tough part here for Canada. Obviously, there's Connor Bedard's records and stuff, but there is also winning a gold medal, and that is the primary focus of the World Juniors, despite what Connor Bedard's doing. So Gunther will line up here for a draw. He will go in against the Slovakian side in the corner, as this one will be won and chipped off the ice and down by Slovakia all the way to the Canadian end. That is not an icing call, as Korchinski let up just in case the man came barreling down on him and tried to throw a hit in a vulnerable spot. And here's Canada able to get it back going with 7:43 to go. And you know it's not World Juniors unless you see the TSO ad. And that will go all the way into the bench, fired down, and Joshua Roy had gloved that apparently as he saw it coming in hot for him. And Dennis Williams on the bench for Canada. Look at this one right here. This is going to be there, and man, what a glove there. Glove save by Joshua Roy to throw that puck back into play. And we are crushing along for today's live stream, friends. Canada up 1-0. Slovakia looking to get back in this game. But I think, as you know, based on what you've seen against Germany, based on what you've seen against Switzerland for the top dogs in this tournament, Czechia, USA, and Canada, I think you can pretty much say that Canada should have a pretty easy time taking this one home, as long as they don't overcomplicate the game like they did against Czechia early on in the tournament. As here's an opportunity for Canada to get out of their own zone. A tie up there gets the puck off the sticks of Slovakia. And now 7:19 remains in this first period. The shot's 12-7 so far after the first 13 minutes of play. This one worked across, and Canada will work it there. Back in front, the backhand misses. The man didn't even know he had the puck. Oh no. 7:04 to go, and Slovakia transitions it back the other ways. Mathieu plays it off the boards, and it will be worked there by Canada back into position as they try to reset and get Connor Bedard out there. You can tell by what we're seeing that he's got the fishbowl on. That's how you know Connor Bedard's on the ice. And this one's going to be worked ahead to Connor Bedard. He's loading up right through the neutral zone. He's going to try and cut, and that was a beautiful opportunity. Tried to Connor McDavid but you might want to wait a couple years, kid. You're not quite there, but at the same rate, this is pure-on-pure competition, so not the worst idea for Connor Bedard there to try and get something going, that is for sure. That was a beauty of a load up there from Connor Bedard as he tried to cut right through the middle. As we are rocking and rolling here today, that is for sure, as Connor Bedard throws a hit as well. He's not afraid to throw hits. He's a physical player that is a great offensive specimen out there on the ice, that is for sure, and hopefully for that continues at the NHL level, because that would be great to see a skill guy like him come into the NHL and throw the weight around just as much as he has at this tournament so far. Either way, 6:30 to go here in this first period. Canada, again, another body check on Slovakia, and they have punished them so far this game with quite a few heavy hits. And Slovakia now, though, a chance back the other way. Dvorsky, I believe it is, onto the puck there. Or sorry, that's somebody else. Sikora, actually, on the puck for Slovakia. I thought he was number 14, but I was wrong. And we are getting this going. 16:09 to go in this first period. Slovakia's got their first real setup zone time here of the period since those first 5 shots. Shots saved by Milic, and now another shot coming on down towards the Canadian end, and Slovakia continues to pressure here. The shot fired towards the net. The shot denied there by the Canadian side on another block. And all of a sudden, Slovakia coming in waves here, looking for the tying goal. They've found something in the defensive zone for Canada with Bedard out there. 5:39 to go, though, and Canada's able to clear the puck out and get it down the ice. So there you go. We all of a sudden escape danger. We're up 1-0 still, 5:30 to go, and Canada chipping that one back into the defensive zone for Slovakia. And I'm looking forward to going and grabbing a Hershey Kisses and grab a little something for the growling stomach, as supper time is coming up quick here. It's 5:08. Dinner's usually 6 o'clock, so we'll see if that ends up happening here. Owen Beck, the 2022 draft pick for the Montreal Canadiens, as Canada just got a glorious chance on net but ran into the goaltender, and it was scooped away by the glove. This one works out, and it looks like we've got a penalty coming up to Slovakia. Zellweger plays it up off the boards, and here comes Canada up through the neutral zone. Chance down the wing, the shot fired off the pads, the goaltender. And now Shane Wright gets out there with Dylan Gunther as Canada reloads, and they don't want to go to the power play. They want the goal here. They want this to end up getting them a goal up 6-5 on the ice without Slovakia being able to touch this puck. Shane Wright gets it back to the blue line to Brant Clark, who spins off with a nice beauty move. Here's Connor Bedard loading up, gets it across, backhand, misses just wide from the pass from Connor Bedard, and they are all over Slovakia here. Connor Bedard from the blue line, nice little dipsy doodle up high. He's going to fire the shot. Again, fire another shot, and it'll go up and out of play, and that's how it dies on the stick of Connor Bedard as they continue to try and feed the young man a record here. Is what a beautiful move there to get it to the backhand. Just could not be finished off by Brendan Othman on the 6-on-5 opportunity. But my friends, what an opportunity there for Canada, up 6-5 on the on-ice advantage, and they just couldn't finish it off. As that one was tight. Whew, that was a heck of a sequence there from Canada, but again, can't find the back of the net, and it just is what it is. And so far, so good here on the live stream as well, friends. Thank you so much for spending your evening with me. Again, I know I'm not the game. Trust me, I'm full well aware I'm not the game. I know that you probably thought this was the game. Obviously, though, there is something to be said for if you're doing something legit like me. Obviously, YouTube is my side hustle in real life. Well, you know what? You got to play by the rules, the real rules of YouTube, and that is don't show copyright material. You'll see if you ever look at the usernames of the people streaming the actual game, they're one and done accounts. They don't care if they get shut down. It's just somebody out there with some kind of weird thing of wanting to stream the game to feel cool because they have 2,000 people watching them on YouTube. It's one of those things. Not to bash it. Obviously, I get it why it's done, but it is part of the YouTube game is the illegal streams. But as we sit here, friends, just going to take a quick check to see the subscribers, send you an ad quick, and we'll see where we're sitting right now. As again, the sport's been phenomenal all day today. Connor Bedard becomes all-time leader in career points. We're up to 9,836 subscribers on the stream. Thank you so much for that. Here's an opportunity now for Zellweger to set up the power play, but we will see Canada denied zone time there. So 98-36 inside the last 165 to go before 10,000, my friends. Unreal. As Connor Bedard winds across the blue line, he'll go back, and it's denied for a second, but Zellweger able to come up with the puck at the blue line. This one now to Connor Bedard. He will spin back to Zellweger, and he doesn't care. For Connor Bedard, a point is a point to set the record. Shot saved from Gunther's one-timer, and that was Brendan Othman all over that puck. Shane Wright trying to keep it in the zone. Can't. Buck 20 to go here in the power play. 15-8 the shots for Canada with 3:30 remaining here in the first period. Loading up. Canada getting out of the zone. They'll go across to Connor Bedard, who has had a very special tournament. Chipped ahead there by Shane Wright. Looked to be onside, but turned back by Slovakia, who's got a breakaway. The shot in on net. Milic the save. Keeps it out. What a great play there by Milic. And it looks like we will have a whistle saying Milic froze that puck. So we'll have a defensive zone draw for Canada on the power play 5-on-4. Look at this. This one, Slovakia's had a couple of these odd man chances back the other way. Milic freezes that puck, I guess, right there by putting the glove down on it. And he went to play it, and they blew the whistle as soon as it disappeared into Milic's paraphernalia there. So, all right, game on. I guess that's fine and dandy with me as everybody comes on by to say, Milic, you're the man. And 3:11 to go here in this first period. The face-off in the Canadian end. 58 seconds left in the power play as Canada carries ahead. Wall will chip back to the defense. And Fantilli will carry ahead into the offensive zone. Fired around the boards, and this one battling there as it will be worked back. And what a kick save there, and a beauty by Waugh. And now Stankoven, the shot, fires it up over top of the blocker of Gajon, and it goes down the ice with 2:47 to go here in this first period. That was close, but Canada can't come up with the 2-0 goal with 30 seconds to go in the power play. They're reloading in their own zone. Stankoven across to his D partner Fantilli as Fantilli carries across the blue line. He'll wind, look for an option back to the blue line for Brant Clark, who kind of features as a transition player on this Canadian power play, the second unit, kind of based on what I've seen. As Stankoven fires it in front, it's blocked by the Slovakian side. They will come back the other way. Fantilli strips it there on some body contact, and Canada will fire it up ahead again as Stankoven comes into the offensive zone, turns back to the blue line, and now a chance here for Canada to fire this one down into Slovakia's end. And that they will. 2 minutes to go here in this first period of play. Giddy up 1-0. I thought this was going to be a blowout, but Slovakia getting some goaltending so far. Turnover there, though, for Canada. They're going to go back on net. Gajon the save. Guyon. Not Gajon. Guyon. All right, Guyon. We'll remember that for next time. 16 shots here in this first period to 9 for Slovakia for Canada. They poured on the offense as soon as they got going, right? They made it 9-1 in the shot department after going down 5-0. They've pretty much made it 16-4 since going down 5-0 as well. Now a buck 20 to go here in the first period. The puck's worked out of the zone, and Canada retreats at their own blue line, trying to get it back into the Slovakian end, and that will be a face-off draw, an icing call in the Canadian zone. And that's where we're just sitting right now. Gayon having a hockey game so far. Alright, we are rocking and rolling. And here we go, friends. Let's go finish off the rest of this first period. $1:14 to go. Slovakia wins the face-off. Milic the save. That was a big-time, big boy save there. Kicked from the point from Milic, so that's huge. And now Canada looking to get it going the other way. $1 to go here in the first period. But a turnover by Slovakia at the Canadian blue line will allow Canada to carry it on in. Here comes the other cat. As 48 seconds to go, Slovakia is in their own end. And a chance now for Canada again to keep the transition game from getting going. They do. And Brendan Othman will cut off the puck and get it into the Slovakian end. Sorry, cat. Don't take out my mic again. That has happened before. I actually have an old busted up mic because of that. Here's Brendan Othman tucking in, trying to get it going to the front. Couldn't get it going. And of course, there was nobody there in front for the rebound. Good opportunity, though, there for Canada as they will try and get this going up the ice one more time. Down the ice, it will be an icing call against Canada with just a few moments left in this hockey game's first period here this evening. And we are just about ready to go into this first period intermission, my friends. That is a beautiful drag by Othman to the backhand to try and put it 5-hole on Gaon. But he can't get it going. Othman, who's got 2 goals, 4 shots on Saturday versus Sweden. He had a pretty productive game. We've got 15.4 seconds to play here in this first period. And I will be heading upstairs for a little bit more water. And that'll be about that. And it's the shot coming from Slovakia, tipped in front. 9 seconds to go here in this first period. Slovakia's got it on the end boards in the Canadian zone. 3, 4, 2, 1, 6, 8, 0. And that will do it for the first period, my friends. I'm Tyson. This is Dolynny TV. I'm going to head upstairs quickly. If you haven't had a chance yet to subscribe, please consider doing so. And to those of you who have thrown comments into the chat here while I've been doing the play-by-play, I promise I will get right back to those here as soon as I come down with a little bit more food in my belly. All right, there we go. They're interviewing Connor Bedard right now, talking about most goals and points in a World Junior career, and they're Connor Bedard's just playing it really cool. He's like, man, I don't care. I don't care at all. I really don't care. You guys can talk about it all you want, but dang it, I left my water upstairs. Give me a minute. Sorry. Apologies. There we go. All right, let's get this going. So, as we're sitting here, folks, Reed Schaefer. That's the question in the chat so far. How has Reed Schaefer looked? I honestly could not tell you how Reed Schaefer has looked because I have not noticed him out there at all so far. It's kind of been one of those things. I have not even seen him once. I don't even know what number this year Reed Schaefer's wearing. That's kind of my problem too, is I'm not too familiar with how the Team Canada number system is working this year. So that's where we're just kind of sitting here. Not too familiar with anyone other than how Connor Bedard, Shane Wright, and all those are playing. So it is what it is. But yeah, as we're waiting for this one to get going again, friends. All right. Is there anything else that we can do here? Just a quick calculation of how things are looking. I'd say things are looking pretty solid here on Dolynny TV today, so we'll leave those numbers alone and we'll just quickly, tidily go over here to give you an idea of what we're looking at for the watch time, friends. Is that something I was telling you about earlier here in the live stream before things really heated up? And as we currently sit, we are at 80 hours watched on the stream. That is absolutely insane, for sure. Like, it's very crazy if you can have a live stream on Dolynny TV hit 100 hours, but it appears as such that we may very well be able to do that plus more tonight for sure here on the channel as we get going towards another 1,000 view hour here on the channel, friends. As Leaf, I feel sorry for you there that you can't find the game again. I don't think it's so much a commercial thing as it's a rights thing, and it's a broadcasting laws thing. If I know anything about being a broadcaster myself, having been trained for 2 years as a broadcaster and having that be actually my registered trade, is just yeah, there's a lot more complication than them just trying to keep you from watching the hockey game. That's kind of what I'd say. But as we're rocking and rolling along here tonight, it's just one of those things where Canada's got a 1-0 lead. I guess we could recap that Connor Bedard goal that set some records and broke some records and did some things. His goal assisted by Logan Stankoven. And obviously there was the penalties that had led up after that, where it was 2 minutes for Nemec for cross-checking, Connor Bedard for roughing, and Misiak for roughing as well. Okay, I didn't think Misiak got a cross-checking minor. And then as well, Libor Nemec got the 2-minute penalty there for slashing late in that first period with just over 4 minutes and 13 seconds to go. So far, so good for Thomas Milic, who's made the saves as it goes along here in this one. And for Canada, not a bad start to the hockey game as of yet. Obviously not the start they would have liked compared to Czechia and the USA over their opponents so far in this elimination round. As we'll go to the TSN game tracker to just figure out what we can get and glean from this first period of play. So let's see what we can find. Is there anything else to go? Canada, Czechia, and game page. That's what we want. As we want to get the shots, the hits, all the stats tracked that we possibly can here, as it is going to be interesting to see as it's Canada versus Slovakia in that first period. Obviously, the penalties for Slovakia heavily outweighing the penalties for Canada at current, as it is 6 penalty minutes for Slovakia and a total of 2 for Canada. The shots 16-9, so it is, of course, Thomas Milic with 9 saves in this one, but Gayon with 15 saves on 16 shots. He isn't having too bad of a go. Simon Nemec with 3 shots on goal, Connor Bedard with 3 shots and his first goal of the night. and then Thomas Milic so far making the saves for Team Canada. That's what you need to know after that first period of play, my friends, as we gear up for the back half of this intermission and get into the second period, as we will see the other quarterfinals highlights here in a matter of moments. And again, friends, if you're enjoying the stream so far, I want to just appeal to you one more time to consider hitting that subscribe button here on Dolynny TV. If you're just joining the stream and you're wondering what's with all the Oilers jerseys in behind me, well, again, what I like to say is I'm a huge Oilers fan. I cover the Edmonton Oilers day in, day out here on Dolynny TV. So if you'd be so kind to consider staying tuned for more Edmonton Oilers coverage, I would absolutely be thrilled with that, I must tell you. And just to kind of run you up some numbers here for the channel today as things wrap up from January 1st now officially. If we go over here, 98.37 was the last total, so I wonder if, nope, nobody else hit it. So we are 163 subscribers away from 10,000 here on Dolynny TV, and you can be part of that magic tonight. Now gaining 34 subscribers so far today, and as it currently sits, things are looking very good on the live stream as we continue to roll along this afternoon. So thank you to all of you who have spent the afternoon with me. Thank you to all of you who have been along the ride with me so far and who continue to stick with me here on the stream. Really appreciate it as we continue to chug along here into the second period here in a matter of moments. Now, crossing 3,400 views on the live stream. Something I didn't expect, right? I obviously, as you guys continue to try and find illegal live streams on YouTube, I expected there to be bountiful amounts of illegal live streams, which would mean, unfortunately, I wouldn't be able to command such a crowd as I have tonight. But thank you to all of you who have chosen to make me part of your evening. That's really, I just can't express how much that means to me so far, just to hang out and have a ton of people watching me and actually making this former broadcaster's dream come true of being able to call the World Juniors to somebody at least. But Connor Bedard keeping his eyes on the target, that is for sure, taking applications for Connor Bedard's first New Jersey. And let's see what else we got going here. Connor Bedard. Jordan Eberle, from one WHL Pat star to another, the World Juniors legend has a personal message on congratulating for the new all-time Canadian goal scorer at the World Juniors. Connor Bedard, his jersey's flying all over Twitter right now if you're seeing that. And yeah, everybody's saying who he's going to look fantastic in. And there are also now some questions about Shane Wright on Twitter, in case you haven't seen that. But yeah, as it currently sits right now, it's one of those things for Team Canada where they're trying to get this going here in this second period. That's all it that's all it comes down to, that's for sure, is just come out in the second period and win a hockey game, I guess you could say. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there reading a tweet that was quite funny, but not repeatable on air, unfortunately. But as we gear up for this second period, they're going to have the Josh Ross commercial, who for some reason is getting a lot of love here. I don't know if he bought commercial space on TSN for this, but Josh Ross obviously exploding onto the scene here in country music as well. And if you don't know anything about me, I'm a pretty big country music fan, as they continue to gear that up, and they always transition to the Monday Night Football graphic. Bills, Bengals, Monday Night Football, 6 p.m. Mountain Time, in case you're interested in that. Buy tsn.ca if you're in Canada, then watch the Bills and Bengals on Monday Night Football. Big old winner, that's for sure. And Michael, I think the problem with Fantilli is he's done so much prior to the World Juniors that expectations are so sky high on him. But secondary to that, the expectations being sky high for Fantilli drive up the value that he should be able to retain throughout the rest of the draft rankings towards draft day in June. That's kind of my thing, is I think no matter how bad of a World Juniors it is for Fantilli, he's had a good enough start where he should be able to rebound far enough to get the job going. And Leo Carlson, though, he is like, there is going to be a lot of contention. If all three at the top there, Carlson, Bedard, and Fantilli, go ham the rest of the season, there could be a lot to be said about either one of them going first overall. Obviously, I think it's much more likely that Fantilli or Bedard go first overall, and I think it's 99% sure that Bedard goes first overall after this, but it's one of those things where give me a chance to see these three compete in their separate leagues and make their separate cases and see what ends up happening. Shane Wright was the consensus #1 overall pick this past year, and didn't work out for him. So obviously Connor Bedard hoping not to suffer the same fate as his teammate, and more than likely won't. But unless Adam Fantilli has something to say about it, it's a long shot at this point, but so was Uri Slafkovsky going first overall at one point in December in 2021. Again, welcome to all our friends just joining us here on the live stream as we get set for this second period of play. Welcome aboard Dolynny TV. Thank you so much for being here this evening. My great pleasure to have you along as we get towards what will be hopefully the period. The Canadians score a ton of goals here. We would like to see them bust through and kind of explode on Slovakia like Czechia did on Switzerland and like the U.S. did on Germany today. I think those two teams got the two weakest teams in the quarterfinals. For Canada, the third weakest team in the quarterfinals, but sticking with it so far after one period to play is Slovakia. So we'll see if that rings true here in this second period of play, and then into the third period as well, as Canada is showing the highlights. We should be back to hockey in a matter of moments here. Just throw you guys an ad quickly and see if we can't get things rocking and rolling here in a matter of moments here on the live stream for this second period of action, and hopefully, like I said, another bust-out period for Team Canada, as we are absolutely rolling along here on Dolynny TV. So far, the last 2 hours combined over 3,900 hours of 3,900 views, so that's pretty solid. And Matus, this is just me talking. I believe I'm a little bit better than a talking head, but yeah, it's just me talking here on the live stream. Unfortunately, folks, love to show you the game, but it's a little bit illegal for a guy like me who makes money on YouTube and actually makes a business out of this. It is actually something called copyright that would get me a channel banned and potentially sued by TSN for showing their rightfully owned game. In case anyone needs to know how serious copyright laws are, that's how serious copyright laws are. Anyway, Michael, Bedard is too good to not get drafted first overall. Well, that is exactly right. Shane Wright, the reason he didn't get drafted first overall was there was a couple of things that were questioned about him. I don't think there's any of those questions when it comes to Connor Bedard, so I think no doubt 99% chance he gets drafted first overall. But that's how good this draft is that somebody could push up and really challenge things here late in the go. But of course, the 2023 draft, one of the deepest we have seen in years, and could be really interesting to see what happens coming out of it here for everybody involved. I think for the Oilers, obviously we'd like to be in a playoff spot, but draft within those last three spots of the draft wouldn't be a bad get for the Oilers. And suddenly, too, do you even have a first-round draft pick this year? I guess that's the real question, because for the Oilers, when they think about upgrading, whether it be Jacob Churkin, whether it be somebody out east or something, it's going to cost them a first-round pick at some point this trade deadline season. That's what we'll be heading into. The next 2 months are trade rumor central in Oilers land, and we'll see what ends up coming of it here on Dolynny TV, and of course actually in terms of acquiring a player for the Edmonton Oilers. Hopefully not a Mike Green situation 2.0 or a Dmitry Kulikov, but hopefully something turns out. Maybe Carson Soucy, as we were that close last year. Why not be this close this year? This is just part of the stream, friends, where I just got to stretch out my shoulders and stretch out my arms a little bit and make sure I get a little bit of my exercise in for the day. Not really much of a big old exercise day. I don't think I've even left the house for the second straight day. But that guy fishing for goals here in this second period. And that's kind of what they're wanting Canada to do here, is obviously light the lamp against Slovakia. The head coaching staff would love to see their squad go out there and light up Slovakia a little bit here in this second period. Canada looks ready on the bench. Connor Bedard not starting out there on the first shift, so it is going to be Brennan Othman and the rest of the crew. Shane Wright and Dylan Gunther taking the face-off. The puck is down. Slovakia wins another face-off against Shane Wright, and this one will be fired on down below to Milic, who will get it across to Del Mastro. Del Mastro spins off the check of a Slovakian player across to Zellweger, who will play it ahead, and this one now worked into the offensive zone by Brennan Othman. He's onside. He didn't think he was, so he held up a second. He gets erased there by a Slovakian player. Gunther trying to turn it over, and Shane Wright's able to chop it away. But now it's two Slovakians in across the blue line. They're going to carry in and try and get it going on the attack. That one muscled off there by Brennan Othman, and that will go back into the neutral zone where Slovakia regains possession with 40 seconds gone here in the second period. But it will be an immediate icing call as they had missed their pass, and we will have a face-off in the Slovakian end with 43 seconds gone here in this second period. My friends, the shot's 7-10 after the first period of play for Team Canada. Historic moment, record set with the last goal, most career goals, most career points, and most points in a World Juniors tournament for Connor Bedard. So that was that third record that we alluded to moments ago that he had set, and now a chance here with 19:17 to go. His line on the ice, and it is one all the way up off the glass. Out of play, Brant Clark comes up with the puck, and this one now worked ahead, tipped on into the zone by Allen. And Josh Wall will come in front looking for Bedard. He couldn't get free and will be worked out by the Slovakian side, who will come back across the blue line. Canada able to turn him back and force him into dumping the puck down deep. Milic looking on as he's telling his teammate about the oncoming attacker. Now Slovakia gets a shot towards the net. Milic, a nice save. And this big part, Milic has got to keep making saves until Canada can start making this one a little bit more separation, because that's the tough part here for Canada. They are not that close to being able to make a mistake yet, because, yeah, they're only up 1-0. 17-11 the shots for Slovakia, by the way, as well. So Connor Bedard goes off the bench, so he will take a seat. And this one will be a chance there. That one was just a beauty of a tie-up there by Nemec, who had the tough assignment, keeping Connor Bedard to the outside. And look at that beautiful stick check there by Nemec, who would have, had he missed that, allowed Bedard to drive to the net and potentially create all kinds of chaos. But this one now 18:31 to go here in this second period. And it's worked on down deep into the Slovakian end, where they will carry out and get it ahead into the Canadian territory. Back to meet it there, Korchinski. He'll go across to Hines. Hines up the boards, and it will come out to Othman, who's one-on-one against the Slovakian defender. Shot, save, rebound, save again, Gaillon. And this one will be knocked down by Canada. Now a chance for this top line to keep it working, but they just couldn't feed it across to Gunther, and it's worked all the way back into Canadian territory. Another icing call with 17:59 to go here in this second period. Hey, good start, good start. Canada, Slovakia pressuring, making it exciting here so far. And we don't mind that, if at all, here for sure, as we will continue to watch both teams go toe-to-toe in this second period. I am sure now up over 1,622 views on the stream. It's crazy to think when I started this stream, all I needed, realistically speaking, was 1,100 views. That shot there from Canada doesn't go, and now all of a sudden you've got Connor Bedard back out there looking to circle to the middle. He comes up with this puck. Good offensive instincts there to take it down deep to Logan Stankoven, who can't seem to get that puck into possession. It'll be chipped back out to the Canadians in the neutral zone. Connor Bedard leads across. He'll go backhand down low to Waugh, who goes off the boards and leaves it there for Connor Bedard after a puck played by Logan Stankoven. Stankoven behind the net. He'll feed it to Bedard in front. Joshua Roy across to Stankoven. The shot fired, blocked in front, and Stankoven goes down. And this one fired off the boards and back into the Canadian territory, where they will pick it ahead. And here's Waugh with a chance to feed Bedard, but he chose to shoot, and that one gets blocked again too. So Stankoven and Waugh, two big-time blocks by the Slovakian side, and they will fire this one across. Shot fired, Milic the save, rebound, doesn't go in, tucked in front, and another save. I think that went off at Del Mastro in front. And now Connor Bedard trying to poke this one ahead. He does. He'll get a race there, and a little spring ahead. The shot fired goes wide of the net. But this one busting wide open here for Team Canada. This one will be played off to the side, where it'll be worked there by Canada. Back the other way. Here come the Canadian side, and I'm not sure who's wearing what number for Canada, but it's either way tipped into the zone, and now a chance to get this one down deep. Canada working in on the attack, the shot, the save from Gayon, who will make his, 20th shot against, 19th save of the game, and this one a scramble here for Canada as it was moved away from Milic, but a nice play there by Del Mastro to seal the post coming out from behind the net as he blocks that one off of his stick and then off of his skates, as that was just that close to going in the net, but a good play there as well by Olin Zellweger to stop that puck from going in. And Canada up to 22 shots now in the hockey game. 16:22 to go here in the second period as Slovakia gets their 12th shot of the game as well. And now all of a sudden this puck goes up and out of play. And Reed Schaefer out there on the ice, number 12 for Team Canada. He's creating offense there for him little bit by little bit, and it looks like the officials will congregate to see if that puck went straight out of play in the defensive zone for Slovakia, and if so, that would be a power play for Team Canada. And 16:17 to go here in this second period. Looks like Canada may be headed to the power play. Brant Clark unsure about what's happening here, LA Kings defenseman, and this will be a power play for Team Canada. Delay of game. The puck did go straight out of play, and look at this one right here. Slovakia clubs it up and plays it right out as Reed Schaefer put the pressure on him and drew the penalty right there, as everybody on the Canadian bench yelling that it went up and out of play. So we will have a whistle, and Natney will go for delay of game with 3:43 gone here in this second period of play. 16:17 to go, my friends, as we are settling into a 1-0 hockey game for Canada over top of Slovakia here early on in this quarterfinal matchup. My pleasure to have you along. If you're just tuning in, thank you for being here. It's been a great hockey game so far, and I hope you stick around to find out just how great of the hockey game this one finishes up to be. 16:16 to go. This shot fired up and out of play again, so not much time wasted on the Canadian power play as it goes up and out of play with a $1:55 to go in the PP. Good. We're just waiting for this hockey game to obviously come to a conclusion here with a victory for Canada. That would be, of course, the best way to send off Christmas holidays for me, with a good old live stream and a Canadian victory live on Dolynny TV. So this one's worked back to the blue line, and all of a sudden the stream leg is reeled. A shot fired, save made by Gayon. It comes to the blue line, and it will be worked again by Canada along the boards. They're looking to do something with this puck here. They're trying, Connor Bedard, Shane Wright, everybody's involved trying to fish this puck out. Dylan Gunther gets it down low to Brennan Othman, and it actually works out of the zone. Falling down is the Slovakian player trying to tip it into the zone, and now Gunther will try and fire it back in. Here's Zellweger across to Brennan Othman. Othman looking. Zellweger down deep. He's got Shane Wright open for the one-timer in the slot. Connor Bedard back over to Dylan Gunther near side point, and now Zellweger high point will go across to Connor Bedard down by the dots, and Gunther across to Zellweger. Zellweger fires the shot, it's blocked, and give credit to the Slovakian side. They've been fantastic so far at blocking shots for Canada, and I figured that would be an issue tonight for a team that knows how to commit to defense. Here's Zellweger. He's going to fire the shot across. Shot comes, and Gayon the save. My goodness, what a one-time opportunity rifling that puck from the side of the net was Brendan Othman, but it is denied there by Gayon, who makes another wonderful save for Slovakia. Zellweger fakes the shot and then goes off over to Othman, who gets it off, but a body up save there. And then Connor Bedard, the shot earlier up over top of the net on Gayon, who seems to have gotten a piece of it. The Slovakian fans in the crowd enjoying things here. 15:05 to go in this second period, my friends, as Canada leads 1-0 with 48 seconds to go on the power play. Canada smelling blood here as Connor Bedard stays on the ice in this second period as they go backdoor. Tippity-tap. Goal, baby! Dylan Gunther back of the net on the pass there, as that was a beauty pass and play from Bedard. High point back down low to Gunther, and that is back of the net for Team Canada, and a 2-0 lead on the power play goal. You like to see it there, that is for sure. Canada scores the goal, Gunther gets it, and it's a big time get for Team Canada, who's got everybody in the stands clapping along. Look at this one. Shane Wright wins the face-off. They go back down to Connor Bedard, who goes down to Brendan Othman. Sorry, it wasn't high point. It was low goal line, and Brendan Othman's able to feed it out in front right across the crease to Dylan Gunther, who opens up the 5-hole, sneaks it home. He's wiping out, but he scores the goal, and it is 2-0 Canada here in this one, friends. Welcome to Dolynny TV. If you're just joining in, we are alive and well now. Things coming together very well Canada, and looks like Bedard was chirping one of the Slovakian players on the way over to celebrate the goal. 23-12 the shots for Canada here. 2-0 lead now with 5 minutes gone in the second period. Don't mind me at all. If you're enjoying this hockey game, leave a like on the stream. Let me know. And secondary to that, if you'd be so kind to consider hitting that subscribe button, really appreciate that, my friends, as Canada's back on the attack here. Stankoven across the blue line. He's going to go down low to Korchinski off the boards, back to the high point, gets it across, and that will be chipped there by Brant Clark, who will see Stankoven take a shift with the 4th line, 13th forward kind of guys, as this one's worked back in front. Stankoven almost sees it, goes back of the net. Joshua Roy, actually, sorry, it's a mishmash of all the lines that weren't out there on the power play, and this one a poke ahead by the Slovakian side to get it out of the Canadian end offensively, and now chipped on back down by Canada, back into the Slovakian end. Slovakia looks to transition and create some offense, but they're not doing too much good here as of yet. 14:09 to go in the second period. This one worked ahead, and now an opportunity here for Canada to go around the side of the net. They try to wrap it around, can't get it to go. And now Slovakia will regain this puck, get it back into the high area, but a dangerous opportunity there for Canada. The backhander denied by Gaillan. And that will be a stoppage in play with 13:53 to go here in this second period. Friends, I'm going to take a quick break to go upstairs and grab some more water, as it appears I'm out, and I will be right back. Alright, let's do this here as we get back to action. 13:53 to go here in the second period. Canada wins the face-off in the Slovakian, and this one deflects right to the net. And it is denied there by Gaillan again, and here's some more pushing and shoving as Brant Clark goes after a man, and he's got him in a headlock now. And is that Natney again? These guys are tossing up, and absolutely Canada-Slovakia proven not to like each other at all here in this matchup today. Excuse that, sorry, a little bit of running up the stairs will do that to a guy, but this one shot on net there by Brant Clark, deflected on net off the skate of Natney, I believe. Yeah, off Natney's skate, tucked into the net. And I don't know how Natney and Brant Clark, the two number 5 defensemen, came together, but they did. And they were throwing themselves around a little bit, and made NHL debut on October 13th with the LA Kings versus Seattle Kraken, did Brant Clark. I believe that game was a mess, or was that the mess game of the game? It might have been. 13:41 to go here in this second period. Canada wins it back, and now here come Slovakia. It'll be chipped off of a skate. And this one worked across the blue line by Slovakia, who will look to set up their first real zone time that will count for something here in the past a little bit, as they've kind of struggled here recently of setting up zone time, that is for sure. An opportunity now for Slovakia again to turn over this puck. They get it to the middle, can't get a shot on net. Milic is down and out. He was taken out by a Slovakian player, delayed penalty coming. And they will call goalie interference here against Slovakia. As both officials had the call, they want to make sure they got the call right between the two of them. And they will officially whistle it down. Oh, and it will be Dylan Gunther going off for tripping, in fact. Never mind, as Dylan Gunther somewhere along this way goes off for tripping, and like a Slovakian player is way offside there as well. And then this one, Gunther gets taken out. Gunther takes out Petrovsky, and Milic goes down, so they're going to rule that it... Oh yeah, that's sticking the blade of the skate, and that will be, well, a power play for Slovakia here. Gunther goes for tripping, and suddenly things turn on their head, and they're showing the Slovakian contingent again, who've been drumming all game long, enjoying themselves. 2 minutes to go on the power play for Slovakia, who will try and set up, and it looks like they're going to try and push this one back. They do. 4 for 9 on the Slovak power play. How about that? 5 for 10. Shot from the point, scores, and the captain gets it going as the Slovakian side gets drumming up a storm. What a big-time goal. A rifle of a shot there for Slovakia to make it 2-1. And we thought, well, Canada was going to be able to start running away with this one. It is now a one-goal game once again between these two teams. And we are in for a thriller, I think, between Slovakia and Canada. And that only makes sense for a Canadian team that's kind of struggled so far this tournament against... teams that are a little bit better. I mean, what of that Sweden game, but that Czech game, we absolutely struggled. And how about it? Regional game, regional team, we struggle again against Slovakia, as it's only now 2-1 here late in this first half of the hockey game. I think we're within still the first 30 minutes, so we're late in the first half of the hockey game, I guess you could say, as I'm just trying to double check some numbers here and see what we're missing on the back end. Nothing much there, so we'll focus up again here on the live stream and get going. As Simon Nemec gets the goal for Slovakia. And now this one will be one ahead again by Slovakia with 12:58 to go here in this second period of play. Both teams engaged in a tightly contested affair through the first, well, pretty much 7 minutes of the second and 20 minutes of the first period, as we've got 27 minutes of this hockey game gone, and somehow Slovakia still only trails by 1. That's not even me trying to be a homer. It just shouldn't mathematically make sense. And I think there was a deflection somewhere along there, as that was a rifle of a shot. It goes off of either a Canadian player in front or a Slovakian player in front past Milic. So it's not as much of a rifle of a shot as I thought it was, but it's still a great shot to get the deflection. Nemec absolutely happy with that one. The New Jersey Devils draft pick. And this one now a chance here for Canada. They'll fire the shot, deflected down there, and now 12:40 to go here in this second period. Petrovsky gets the assist after drawing the penalty, and here's an opportunity. Shot fired by Canada, save Gaillon, and now it goes into the corner. It looks like Joshua Waugh is out there with Connor Bedard and Logan Stankoven, but it's offside at the Canadian blue line after Slovakia had started coming back the other way. And my goodness, this one turned on a dime right there with that big goal there from Slovakia, and that's just kind of one of those things. It'll happen every once in a while, my friends. It looks like we got a great kind of replay here of Connor Bedard's stick skills and puck possession, as he's a guy that absolutely turns and burns once he gets that puck. We will have a whistle just outside of the, or face-off, sorry, just outside of the Canadian zone. Can you tell that I've been talking too long? I'm getting tired here. Need dinner. Homemade mac and cheese. Hamburger helper, actually. Homemade hamburger helper for dinner tonight. Don't mind me at all when you can live stream a hockey game to 4,400 unique people and end up with homemade hamburger helper for dinner at the same time. 12:05 to go here in this second period. We are closing in halfway home in this hockey game, friends. We are that close to things being up and done between Canada and Slovakia. 11:55 to go here, second period. 26 shots on goal for Canada, who lead 2-1, and we will have an icing call against Slovakia there, as they had chipped it across center and all the way down. We'll have a quick commercial break, so I'll send you guys a commercial as well, and then potentially close out a tab or two here, as I don't think it's necessary to have 7 tabs open on a live stream while I'm trying to broadcast on YouTube, but it is what it is, and we're absolutely crushing along here, that's for sure. Thank you to everybody for being along for the ride today. Really appreciate you being here. As 11:48 to go here in this second period. Canada, Slovakia, 2-1 Canada. That one won back by Canada again, and then Slovakia chips it on down deep, and it looks like another icing call there for Canada against Slovakia. So we'll take a second here as they now start to grind the game down a little bit to take a second and check the watch time, as we're absolutely clipping along here on terms of the watch time. I really think we've been crushing it, not too bad at all. And just to give you a map idea of it, 125 hours streamed so far here on Dolynny TV today. Thank you. That is a big boy, big time number here on the channel, and I really appreciate everybody being along for the ride on it, because that's huge to get, because I didn't know if the World Juniors were going to do it this year. Again, they stand up and do it yet again for another time, and this will be by the end of it, probably top 5 live stream all time, hopefully for Dolynny TV, if not top 10, as we'll try and whistle into that probably about 6,000 view range here before all is said and done in that third period. Canada chasing it in their own zone. Milic will cover up, and we'll have another stoppage in play. See, there's really not much happening on the ice. There's a reason I'm just blabbing on about nothing. And we will see another graphic here. Familiar faces. 2021 World U18 line mates. Brennan Othman, Shane Wright, and Dylan Gunther. Shane Wright, who had 14 points in the U18s, 3 of 5 Canada goals in gold medal games. And now all of a sudden we got Brennan Othman and Shane Wright and the boys going off to the bench. So that'll mean we should have Connor Bedard stepping over to take a face off here. And instead it's actually the third line or fourth line, somebody out there for Canada. This one will be Zach Dean, so it's the third line. Worked ahead. Ostapchuk coming in on the attack. He'll finish his check, and Slovakia will come back the other way. They'll walk across the blue line. They're going to button hook. And a chance now for them to establish zone time here, as the Canadians absolutely just kind of dogpile them along the end board or far side boards. And now here comes Ostapchuk skating back the other way. He's got time. He's got room. He scores. That is how you walk in and score on a 2-on-1 if I've ever seen it. What a beautiful walk down the wing by Ostapchuk, looking for the pass the whole way while keeping Gayon on his toes, making sure he knew that shot was coming at some point, and then he just snaps it on home. Look at this. Great play by Zach Dean, who gets up into the rush, and Ostapchuk looking to make it a 2-on-1, and then he just puts it home. What a sniper of a shot, far out, far side, top corner, well, middle of the net, but far corner kind of deal, and just an absolute snap ripper there by Ostapchuk to score that goal, and he is jacked up about it. Absolutely should be. That's a big time goal for Canada to restore that 2-1 lead and give Canada some breathing room here against Slovakia with just about half the game remaining. 10:58 to go here in this second period of play. That was a thing of beauty. I'm impressed. I mean, that's the best part about this tournament, is you get to see some high-level skills on display, and that was a high-level goal there from Ostapchuk as we get going here. 10:44 to go. Yet again, we're back in the Canadian zone. Joshua Roy plays it across to Tyson Hines, who goes up ahead, and it will be off a stick and all the way down to Gayon, who will have to play it to a Canadian. A shot fired. Oh my goodness, Gayon just about gave the game away. But now Joshua Roy in on the check. He's got an opportunity to get it to Stankoven. He does. Stankoven gets absolutely muscled to the ice. And now another good cross-check on Stankoven for good measure. Zach Ostapchuk, his second of the tournament from Zach Dean, 9 minutes in the second period. And now all of a sudden Canada digging this puck free. Chance there for Bedard to get to it. He can't. And now Logan Stankoven still workhorsing it around out there, looking like a young Kyler Yamamoto on that puck. And here's an opportunity, a chance to the slot, but it deflects and goes all the way back into the Canadian zone instead with 9:50 to go here in the second period. Thankfully for us, we've got Gord Miller and Mike Johnson to take us home for the rest of this hockey game. Del Mastro fires it in. It'll go down to a Slovakian defender, but Del Mastro's able to turn it over, and then he turns it over. So right like that, takeaway and giveaway there for Del Mastro right away, and now Brant Clark fires it around the boards. He'll get it off to Dylan Gunther, who will play it again there to Del Mastro. Gunther retreats for it. He'll go ahead off the boards there, tipped out by Canada. And with 9:15 to go, Slovakia's got it in their own end, firing it up into the neutral. Canada plays it off a skate, and then Shane Wright tries to pursue it into the Slovakian end. And here's Shane Wright coming in on the attack. He just absolutely gives it away, though, as he will look to peel into possession again, as Canada not allowing the Slovakian side to get through the neutral zone. Chance now for Slovakia in on the attack. Another great play there by Brant Clark to just poke that stick off the defender or the attacker's stick. And that one works out for him, and this one will go back into Canadian territory. If you see what's happening here, this is kind of one of those situations in the game where what ends up happening is they just kind of keep running and running around, and suddenly somebody takes an icing like Canada just did there. Nothing really of substance happened in any of those couple zone entries, zone exits. And instead, I spilled water all over myself like a complete goof. Okay, game on. But friends, if you're just tuning in to the live stream tonight and you're enjoying the broadcast so far, I'd encourage you to consider hitting that subscribe button here on Dolynny TV. Obviously, no secret what I regularly do on the channel, right? I regularly talk about those guys, and those guys, all of them which being the Edmonton Oilers here on Dolynny TV. There's a reason the subscribe graphic is obviously in those colors, and there's also a reason that the channel name is in Oilers colors. There's a reason for it, I promise you that. Shot fired out by Canada back into the neutral zone. A little bit of a bobble there by Nemec, but he's able to come up with it and get it out, where Canada will then, Reed Schaefer fires it off the end boards. And we've got 8:05 to go here in this second period, my friends. Gillies TV now joining us in the live stream chat. Look at him coming out of the old holiday sabbatical here. Oh boy, that's wrong tube. That hurt real bad. But here's Olin Zellweger. He'll come up with the possession. Fire it down. 7:40 to go here in this second period. Canada, Slovakia engaged in a 3-1 hockey game. Canada doing their best to try and just wear down the Slovaks all game long and try and win themselves an easy done hockey game. And I almost look fake on this camera now that I've got such good lighting. It's kind of weird. But we will have a stoppage in play and a TV timeout, as it is Zach Ostapchuk who scores the big time goal for Canada to get us going. And now all of a sudden you look at how things have wrapped up here, back-to-back hours, 2,600 views, 2,546 views, plus 71 already in 3 minutes this hour. Thank you, friends, for being along for the ride tonight. Really appreciate it. Like I say, I can't say it enough how much I appreciate you choosing to even just check out the stream. Take a risk and click on Dolynny TV to see if I'm broadcasting the game, or see if you could stick around and enjoy the broadcast here on the channel so far. And when you calculate it all out, friends, we've got 134 hours on the stream watch so far tonight, which is absolutely mammoth kind of numbers for sure. So we're rocking and rolling as we go along. We'll see if there's anything we've missed on Twitter here, as on to the semis for USA, trying to face Canada here tonight. Or not tonight, but what am I saying? Not tonight. Not tomorrow, the day after. 2 days from now. That's what the words I'm trying to create. That's what I was trying to figure out. 2 days from now. Goodness sakes, that was a lot harder than it should have been, but it is what it is. And we will move ahead towards the rest of this second period, 7:27 to go, with 3-1 lead for Canada over top of Slovakia so far. A good effort here from Canada in this second period. Obviously, they went back to 2-1, but they've since made it 3-1 on that beauty of a shot by Zach Ostapchuk, who scored a big-time goal. And I mean, come on, big-time name there. Zach Ostapchuk scoring the goal. 7:25 as the puck is down here in this second period once again. Worked ahead into the Canadian zone. It looks like there isn't a penalty coming up, but Bacco playing this puck here for Slovakia, and both guys trying to move this puck off the end boards, and Zellweger trying to come up with it. Backo doing a great job just moving it around, and the referee ready to blow this one dead, but now Canada able to retrieve it out of the pile, and Stankoven will go across to Zellweger, who's got Bedard wide. Bedard coming across the blue line. It's poke checked off his stick, chipped ahead, and now here comes Slovakia on a 2-on-1. Bedard chasing the pass, never came because of good defending, and comes in front, scores! Just like that, Connor Bedard gets wiped out, and Slovakia rings it around the net and then passes it across the crease and scores a big-time goal right there. 6:42 to go. And let me tell you, that's a big-time one for that. Let me see if I can text Gillies TV there. All right, there we go. Done and dusted, and here we go. That one, both defenders are sliding around. Bedard rings his head off the post. He can't get up, and then it's just backdoor. Backo scores the goal as Zellweger can't get back into the play, and I don't know what Bedard was trying to do there, diving in there, trying to deflect that puck away from danger, but he does indeed create the opportunity for Slovakia to score that goal, so he gives and he takes, and it's 3-2. For Team Canada now, my friends. This one, 6:42 to go here in this second period of play. Canada will backhand it off the boards. Robert Backo gets the goal for Slovakia. Natney kind of redeems himself. He took a penalty earlier and now gets a assist on the goal, and Gaillon, absolute beauty of a save in front. I didn't even realize what was going on because I was just talking about that, but then suddenly Gaillon is diving around in the crease a little bit, bodies up a puck and makes a beautiful save, and then there's a scramble in front against this Canadian top line as it was just a shot, tipped by Shane Wright in front. That's what happened. All right, it was tipped in front by Shane Wright, and he's able to get that puck on net. And then here's the replay. Here is everybody around chasing, and Connor Bedard down on the ice, and he ends up being part of that goal against for Canada as Connor Bedard kind of hurt his head a little bit there, and this guy on the bench, a popular guy for Slovakia. I mean, this would be the most epic choke job in Canadian history if they lose this one to Slovakia here after being up 3-1 in this hockey game. And obviously I don't think they're about to choke it, but it's just one of those things you got to be aware of now, right? Slovakia's made it interesting, and now we got to be aware. 6:14 to go here in this second period. Dean played it down to Ostapchuk, and now Dean will get back out there on the forecheck. Ostapchuk trying to come up with this puck. He'll battle it there, and it comes back to the blue line where it gets past Allen. Allen will be in a race for it as Slovakia comes across. Brant Clark trying to work that puck. He can't seem to do it, and now 5:54 to go. It'll be worked out by Canada back the other way, and here comes Gaucher. Gaucher in on the attack. He is turned back. This one off the boards. 5:45 to go here, and this one fired out, and they are saying that it will be another delay of game from Simone Nemec. So Canada scored on the power play last delay of game penalty, and now Simone Nemec will take another one here for Canada, my friends, as we will head to a commercial break quickly. I'll throw you an ad gently here, and we will get going with some watch time metrics if we're getting things going. What do we got? Calculator. And we got 49.28 times 1.7 here on the stream, divided by that 140 hours. All right, game on. I don't mind that at all. 140 hours divided by 24. What's that over the course of a couple days? 6 days almost? Okay, we can have 6 days of watch time here on the live stream. We're 2 hours and 10 minutes into the stream, friends, as we've got just over a few minutes to go here in this hockey game for the second period anyway between these two teams, as Canada looks to hopefully take at least a 4-2 lead into the intermission, that's for sure. And right now, as we're currently chugging along as well, we've had ourselves a productive start to the hour. 276 views so far. Thank you again to everybody for being along. Like I said, I know I'm not showing the game, unfortunately, but it is what it is. I would love to have you stick around for Dolynny TV coverage of the Edmonton Oilers. As you see, if you'd be so kind to consider subscribing, This is the bread and butter right here. These guys, that's the bread and butter. These guys, it's every Christmas. And these guys here, oh, well, I just like the jersey. Anyway, Canada to the power play. Let's giddy up. 1 for 3 on the power play so far. It's fired out of the zone by Slovakia. They've done a good job penalty killing so far, has Slovakia. And I don't think the Canadian power play has quite been as dangerous as you might expect it to be, all things considered. But it is what it is. And now a chance for Connor Bedard to carry out. He'll go across to Shane Wright, who finds Connor Bedard streaking down. Bedard, oh my goodness, I thought he had scored again, but he fires it wide. And now a chance here for Shane Wright. Back to Connor Bedard, who overstretches for a puck and keeps it alive. Bedard over to Shane Wright, who sees it go all the way to Dylan Guenther near side. Now a chance for Zellweger, who's got Guenther. Guenther's going to walk down the wing, fire the shot over to Bedard. That was kind of one of those weird passes. If you can one time that, sure, whatever. But now Zellweger looking for Bedard as he's going to walk off the boards and go back to Zellweger. Canada moving the puck around, like I said. Lots of puck movement, just like the Oilers power play. This one back in front. Shane Wright sees it go deflect up over top of the net. I'm surprised that didn't pop off the netting, but it comes right down in play and all the way down the ice too. Milic, and now the Slovaks are changing. So here's Brennan Othman, who flubs up on a puck. Oh no, that was a perfect chance to get a puck going towards the net for Canada on an odd man change. But Brennan Othman flubs up on the puck, and with 40 seconds to go, Canada's got to be careful here in their own end. Slovakia is pressuring quite well. 4:18 so far left in this second period as we're almost there. And a turnover there by Zellweger, absolutely careless in front of the zone. And Milic will cover that puck. And that is just absolutely embarrassing from Canada to turn that puck over in their own zone in that fashion. But hey, at least you don't give up a goal and you still live to tell the tale of it, right? I guess that's what you could argue there if you're Canada. As we'll just make this graphic a bit bigger. There we go. That should be a little bit more visible to you on your screen now. We'll just make the score graphic a little bit more visible for our friends just tuning in to the live stream as well. As here we go. Let's just boost that up a little bit. There we go. Perfect. Graphics looking good. We're good to go. Canada back after getting things going. They see the face-off go in behind their own net as they still haven't cleared the zone, and they're trying their best to get things going. Fantilli trying to get out there and create something. He can't seem to do it. And this will be Brandt Clarke carrying it ahead for Canada. Brandt Clarke will walk around and he gets absolutely pummeled. Brandt Clarke just got blown up, and it is a breakaway for Slovakia. Nemec back the other way, blocker shot. And I cannot believe that Brandt Clarke got blown up like that, and he's going to take the penalty for going bucketless out there trying to get back to stop Nemec from scoring a goal. And that was a turn of events, that's for sure. Oh my goodness, absolutely unreal change of events there. Clarke gets absolutely bodied, helmet popper. He goes to the ice, loses the stick. Everything bad that can happen on a hit happens there for Brandt Clarke. And I mean, he got rocked, absolutely nailed. All his hair's bouncing. And this is just a highlight reel hit there from Slovakia. Gorgeous, beautiful hit from Slovakia. And then Brandt Clarke's wherewithal is to get back into the play. And Bako getting all kinds of love from his teammates for that hit. Illegal equipment there from Brandt Clarke, who had, I guess, to take that penalty. I don't know, you either allow it to be an odd man chance like it was, or you try and get back and prevent the chance as best you can, and that's exactly what he chose to do. Petrovsky takes the face-off here for Slovakia with 3:30 left in this second period. Flipper do, so far it's been for Canada. Bedard, Ostapchuk, and who's the other one that scored? Oh my goodness, as we were just killing time beyond the Slovakia net. Who else scored for Canada? I believe it was Dylan Guenther scoring 5-hole on Gaillon, if I'm not mistaken. Here's Canada though, trying to get this going across the blue line. They can't seem to get it going. And now a chance here for Slovakia to get it going back the other way. This one turned back, and they have it in the neutral territory where they retreat back into their own end. 2:53 to go here in the second period. Nemec will fire this one back again, and here they come across the blue line. Slovakia cuts it across. Canada able to cut it off and turn it back. Now another opportunity for Ostapchuk off the right wing. He dances to the middle. Denied there by the Slovakian goalkeeper on the paddle save, and now Nemec between himself and the goaltender out in front of his own net now. 2:29 to go here in this second period. Nemec carrying. He'll reload back, and Slovakia will carry across the blue line. This one worked down and low into the Canadian end. Here's an opportunity to get it going. Back behind the net. It's tying up. 2:10 to go here in this last bit of the second period. Gauthier back in there on the penalty kill. Obviously, he's a big-time penalty killer for Canada. This one, Reed Schaefer out there killing penalties for Canada as well. And Slovakia, Nemec at the blue line. He'll fire across. D&D, and now down low, fired in front, missed there by the one-time opportunity in the slot by Slovakia. Shot in front again, cleared out by Canada though off the rebound off of Milic. And they will have it down the ice to the applause of the Canadian crowd with $1:38 to go here in this second period. Gillies TV coming in, telling me to remember not to take Slovakia lightly, that's for sure, but I think obviously the Canadian idea would have been to blow them out of the water, and instead now you're gauged in a 3-2 battle here late in the second period with $1:20 to go. Exactly 80 seconds left here in this second period of play between Canada and Slovakia, and we are looking for somebody to come up, a hero here for Slovakia or a hero for Canada. Hey, the next goal scorer is going to be important for this game, whether it be Canada moving back up by 2 or whether it be Slovakia going to a tie for the first time all game here. Carrying across is Dylan Gunther in on net. Shoots denied there. Shane Wright following up. He's denied. And back the other way now. Slovakia in on the attack. They are denied in the neutral zone. And Dylan Gunther across the blue line fires another shot. Gaillon the save again. And Canada coming heavy here. 34 shots through almost 2 periods of play. But Gaillon standing on his head and making sure he keeps that .900 save percentage that keeps his team in this hockey game so far. The shot denied there by Canada on the block by the legs. And now a chance up and through the middle to Joshua Roy, who will fire this puck down deep into the Slovakian end. A play there by Gaillon. Connor Bedard backhands it. Can't get it going. We've got 16 seconds to go here in this second period of play as the hip check, the old school by Brant Clark, gets the applause from Canada. And that one is down below the Slovakia player. We will finish this period up 3-2. Canada does. And we will have ourselves an end of the period where we have 20 minutes to decide the winner here between Slovakia and Canada. Friends, if you'd be so kind, as I go upstairs to take a bathroom break and refill the water and grab something to eat, if you'd be so kind to consider hitting that subscribe button here on the channel, that would be greatly appreciated. Now less than 165 subscribers to 10,000. Thank you so much for being aboard right now. I'll catch you in the second intermission here in a matter of a few moments. All right, let's get this going. Sorry, folks, just had to quickly run upstairs and eat some of that homemade hamburger helper. My goodness, you want to talk about a good meal. That's going to be real good when I get up there and actually get to eat it for real. That is for sure. But as we currently sit here on the stream, friends, it's 3-2 for Canada after 2 periods play. Bigger story is, thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. I really, really appreciate it. It's been fantastic. Now over 40 subscribers on the day following Dolynny TV today alone. Another pitch to you, and this is just, don't even hit that subscribe button. Just literally bookmark me. Save Dolynny TV for the next time you want to talk about the Edmonton Oilers, because this is what I do on a consistent basis, and you can see it in that pinned chat at the top of the chat here tonight. I've got a good news here, and that is Leon Draisaitl being back in the Oilers lineup. But as it currently sits here, we're sitting here, and just let me see. What do we got going here? What do we got? Let me just quickly, sorry, I'm going to exit out of my analytics screen. That's what's probably making the stream lag, to be quite honest, the old live stream analytics. Let me see if we can't get that... who wants to hear some Jake McCabe? Yeah, let's go Jake McCabe. Trade rumors to the Oilers. Yeah, let's go do that, shall we? See if we can't get that going there for you. So just to give you guys an idea of what Dolynny TV is all about, just an idea there. The Oilers' Jake McCabe interest, of course, is something we can talk about there for sure, as we're getting set for today's third period. That's the big part here. And I wonder what time it is in Slovakia. Let's just quickly go check that. I'd be really interested to know what time it is in Slovakia time. Slovakia time, let's just see. It's 2:23 in the morning in Slovakia, so they are 8 hours ahead of us. Current time in Bratislav, Slovakia, is 2:23 a.m. So if you're tuning in from Slovakia this evening into this live stream, thank you so much for it. And Rookie, it's not about I guess this isn't exactly a scam live stream, but it's also not the actual game. I'm just going to sit here and broadcast the game for you. I'm a trained play-by-play man. I've done quite a few years of duty in the NEA-JBHL Junior B Hockey League up in Alberta, as well as I've had some chances to cover some national tournaments, some U18 female B tournaments here in Alberta as well, which I've got another tournament booked for play-by-play that you'll be able to see live here on Dolynny TV in March, April. So stay tuned for that. Again, folks, if you want to see me actually call real hockey, that's my appeal right now. Trust me, we will have live streams of real hockey here on Dolynny TV in March, April. That I keep forgetting because that is less than 3 months away. That is so exciting. And absolutely, yeah, no, for sure, Rookie, that's what I'm saying, is you're going to get the game in some sense, not the game, but you're getting the game and information you need without having to enter your credit card, I guess. And Luke, who's my favorite Oiler? Not that guy, not that guy, kind of that guy, not that guy, not that guy, not that guy. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Honestly, Nugent-Hopkins being an Oiler for life is the thing that makes me absolutely tick. And here I am looking around, just realizing I've forgotten my water upstairs. Let me run back upstairs quickly, guys. Sorry. All right, here we go. We're back. We're rolling, and we're ready to rock and roll here in the next little bit for the rest of this third period, my friends. Again, if you haven't had a chance yet, take a tour, go around, check out Dolynny TV as a whole, make up your decision on sticking around. Really appreciate it if you'd be so kind to do that, as it's just my great pleasure, like I said. I've been blown away by the support on the World Junior streams today. I didn't expect them to do as well as they have. They have been absolutely fantastic, and let me tell you, you want to know what's going to go bananas? If if Canada and Slovakia end up going into overtime tonight, that's going to throw us for a rightio loop this evening. That is for sure. Let me tell you, as I'm just trying to get this to load, and for some reason it's not loading. There it is. It's going to load finally. Good to go. And we are up to 98, 44 subscribers. So yeah, now up 41 subscribers today, and solidly just about 155 away from 10 grand. I mean, it's been 10 years doing this YouTube journey here on Yak City Gaming, Dolynny TV, and now all of a sudden we are 156 subscribers away as a collective community from coming together here on Dolynny TV and making some real big time numbers happen. Thank you guys. I can't appreciate that enough, because it's something I've walked away a million times over, and here we are, possibly realistically going to do it within the week, right? 156 divided by the average of gaining about, I've gained what, 460 last month, so about 14 per day. 106 or 156 divided by 14.5 per day, that's what? Oh, didn't hit the divide button, sorry. Divided by 14.5, that's realistically 11 days away. And obviously today could still finish up, and anyone that is considering hitting that subscribe button hits that subscribe button before we're said and done here. We could be really close to getting something done for sure. Flipper do. I remember all the haters saying Oilers shouldn't have signed a Nuge, but they're pretty silent now. Yeah, the Nuge is a pretty big time deal now in Edmonton. Absolutely crushing it for us, that is for sure. And then, Michael, your point, liking McCabe at 50% retained, but that depends what we have to give up. What do I think it would be a reasonable price? I think Puljujärvi and a pick is enough to get it done. Does that get it done with retention? I don't know, but I think Puljujärvi and a pick is enough to potentially get that deal done if Chicago is serious about building a young contending team in the next several years after winning potentially the Connor Bedard draft lottery this year. As we just currently sit, going to take another look at the watch time. And my friends, look at that, 160 hours of watch time on the stream. Banana boats numbers. It's crazy to see that. It has been fantastic to have you aboard. Thank you so much for allowing me to do this for you tonight. Obviously, that said too, right, it would be very simple to get no viewers on the live stream, but so far so good, as we've really heightened up what's been a great tournament so far for Canada. Obviously the Connor Bedard special numbers is one big part of it, but now all of a sudden we are rocking and rolling into what is going to be a great finish to this tournament. I'm not sure if I'm going to get a chance to stream the next two games just because of being out and about working and stuff, but we'll see if it pans out and we can actually get it done. I guess time will tell for us, but hopefully we do get a chance to get it done. And they got this Airbnb commercial here with the weird Wookiee looking things. But yeah, we're just waiting casually for this hockey game to get back underway. The second intermission's still going on. I guess to give you a recap of who's scored so far for Canada, it's been Ostapchuk, it's been Bedard, and it's been Dylan Guenther, a power play goal. So it was Connor Bedard getting his goal, then Logan Stankoven, then Guenther from Othman and Bedard. So Bedard does get another point on that goal, and then Libor Nemec gets back into the game with a power play goal from Simon Nemec and Servac Petrovsky, and then answered right back to make it 3-1 by Canada. Zach Ostapchuk from Zach Dean and Nathan Gaucher does get an assist on that goal. And then Robert Bacco and Peter Repchik and David Natney combine for that scramble up goal that ends up tying the hockey game there for Canada. Of course, the Libor Nemec goal, the deflection goal, was a beauty shot by Simon Nemec, who found the deflection in front, and it was a fantastic get for sure. Alright. That's where we sit through two periods of play. They are throwing us every single commercial they possibly can here in this Canada game, obviously trying to get things promoted up. And now Joshua Raw will show how to spin off bad pass. There's a chance here as he will spin it off and go to the backhand. There we go. Good chance there for Joshua Roy to show off the skills, and that's kind of what you want to do. There's Fantilli showing how to defend the spin off bad pass. That's kind of funny that Fantilli's out there defending him, and it's kind of giving him an opportunity to show it off. And this is something that's always special about the World Juniors. They always have the young guys out there showing how to make some moves within hockey and how to make things change around for you dynamically on the ice. Obviously, I think one of the things that means we're close to action now is seeing the Josh Ross commercial, which will mean we'll have the Monday night football commercial come up in a second. It's Bills Bengals, by the way, to spoil it for you. But as we get set for this third period, we only got 20 minutes that separates us from either overtime or Canada advancing at this point or Slovakia winning. Instead, they cut to TSN hockey and Flames Jets tomorrow on the regional broadcast, Senators Blue Jackets on the regional broadcast for the Sens, and Canadians versus Predators on the regional broadcast in those regions. So, the Flames getting a regional broadcast in Winnipeg. That is interesting there for sure. And this one, all kinds of explosiveness in that second period. 4 goals total to make it 3-2, and we are this close to action coming together. And I mean, we're headed right back to commercial break somehow, as we're just in this second intermission. And we are going to head right back to commercial break. We literally just left commercial break, so give me a second. I got to run an ad quickly so as I can take a minute to breathe, I guess, and just get set for a little bit more commercial time. Let's just see what we got going here. And what we got going here? Let me just throw some calculations together. Sorry, folks. Just trying to make sure I did what I needed to do today on YouTube, and I think we did that and more today. As we're up over in just 4 hours alone, 7,468 views on the day. So we have definitely, finally, crushed a 10,000 view day to start the year. I know it took so long. It took so long to crush a 10,000 view day this year. I can't believe it. And we get it done on January 2nd. Oh, feels good. Feels good. No, I'm not sitting here bragging about numbers. I'm a guy who, honestly, the fact that these numbers exist in the world on YouTube for me is just absolutely incredible, and I love the fact that I'm able to do this every day and talk about it every day. So thank you for being along for the ride. I can't keep saying how grateful I am. But what do we got? Who would you rather have but draft Bedard? I think between Chicago, Columbus, Arizona, or the Sharks, I would hope that it's either Columbus or San Jose. Kind of love to see Arizona continue to toil in misery before they're relocated. And secondary to that, I'm all for load up the Vancouver Canucks. Let the Canucks win the draft lottery. That would be fun. 2, that would also mean that they start losing hockey games and stop playing in that sketchy zone of are they going to make a push or aren't they going to make a push if they figure it out. Puck in ozone time, 1926 for Canada, 12 slot shots, 12 chances off the cycle, and off the rush they have 6-3 shots or something like that. And you look at this, 17-17 back-to-back periods of shots, so 34 total for Canada, 10-5 for Slovakia, totaling up 15. And Gord Miller and Mike Johnson ready to call our third period of action, my friends. We are this close to figuring out who advances to face the USA. Obviously, only Canada can do that because should Slovakia win, they will face the Czechia side. Now, that said, friends, if you're new to the channel, what I want you to do, like I said, subscribe, but secondary too, if you're along for the ride tonight and you've enjoyed it and you've hit that subscribe button already, I'd love if you'd be so kind to consider hitting that like button. We're at 50 likes on the stream right now, and it looks like service just went unavailable for me, so give me a second. Hopefully I didn't just lose the hockey game here, and we'll give it some time to heal up and hopefully get back to hockey as we'll go back to TSN 5 here in a matter of moments. And we should be ready to rock and roll. Yeah, we are. There we go. Good work. Good work. No panic in my game. Yeah. Veteran pro here. Veteran pro. So yeah, if you'd be so kind to leave a like on the stream, greatly appreciate that. As we are closing in on 50 likes on the stream and closing in on 60 or 6,000 views on the stream as well. Here we go. Canada, Slovakia lining up at center ice. We got 20 minutes separating these two teams. The Canadian flags waving in the stands. The puck is down, and for the third straight period, Slovakia wins the opening draw. Fire it down into the Canadian zone, and this is a new one, but it's an icing call immediately against Slovakia. There we go. Right on, friends. We're off and running. 8 seconds into the period. Simone Nemec getting out on the ice. He's got 11 points in 24 games played this season with the Utica Devils, who are looking to try and change things up after being the Utica Comets for how many ever years. 19:52 to go. This face-off went to the side, and this one will be a nice play by Brennan Othman to get on the attack. He'll go down deep and go down to Shane Wright. Wright will spin off and fall down, and now 19:42 to go. This one played back down, and Wright continues to pursue this puck around the zone and kept in again by Canada. Here's Wright backhanding it over to Brendan Othman, who can't get it going. 19:30 left in this third period, and you think about it as 40 frames, while suddenly you've already done the first 40th of this period, as we've got 20 minutes to go, but already now only 19:15 remaining. Canada trying to break out from behind their own net. You know what, I gotta stop watching boiling water here, as Canada will again keep Slovakia out of the zone. Zellweger goes off the boards to Connor Bedard. Bedard sees it get past him, and now Slovakia trying to get this one down deep. They'll wrap it around the zone, but it looks like we've got an offside or something whistled here against Slovakia, and we'll have a stoppage in play with 18:57 to go here in this third period of play. Most assists with Canada single World Junior talent or tournament. Jason Allison had 12. How about Connor Bedard with 13 in a single World Junior tournament? Ryan Nugent-Hopkins had 11. Talk about Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, huh? He was up there tied for second overall in the years previous until Connor Bedard came rocketing up the standings, and he's done the job and gotten the most assists ever in a tournament. And now he's just looking for the most goals. He's got 3 more to go in a game, or 2 games and a period left for Connor Bedard, who I thought would definitely try and blow up this Slovakia attack. But here's Logan Stankoven coming in, cycling down low. He's trying to get it going back to the blue line. Shot fired, blocked in front, and goes up and out of play with 18:33 to go. So now we're 3/40ths of the way through this third period. Is nervous moments? Yeah, I think so. That's kind of the tough part here for Canada, is it's just kind of play a game, go out there, offensively attack the Slovakians, and hopefully turn this one in to a winning effort here as Allen goes deflecting it off a knee pad in front. And that's kind of the answer from Mike Johnson as well. Make Slovakia play in their own end as much as possible here late in this game. And friends, another face-off win, shot fired there, blockered away by Gael. I say Gael, it's Gael. And this one will be worked back by Slovakia into Canadian territory, where this one will go down below the goal line. Canada trying their best to get this going, and here's Shane Wright deflecting it over to Brendan Othman, and Dylan Gunther going back the other way. Shot there into the zone by Korchinski, and this one will be all the way down along the boards, all the way into Canadian territory. Again, the rim was that hard, and all of a sudden we are 2 minutes done this period, 1/10 of the way done, nothing solved yet. 3-2 to go here in this third period in this quarterfinal matchup. Chance for Del Mastro to pick up this puck. He'll backhand it off the boards ahead to Ostapchuk, who's already got a goal. This one chipped in by Gauthier. Gauthier gets it down. Gauthier gets it down deep, and Canada doing their best to keep this one in the Slovakian end. The chance for Canada, boom, and raining down here in Halifax as they are just trying to keep this one going. Bounce in front, can't stuff it. All of a sudden that puck's loose, and it's covered up by Gaon, who keeps that one out of the net. I can't believe that didn't go in. Scramble at the side of the net. Breathe, because that was a crazy bounce there off the crossbar. Then the rebound, the scramble, a couple of whacks at it, and the Slovakian side able to dive on the puck in the crease and cover it up, as that was all kinds of scrambled up, and a good cover there for Slovakia as they tried to get that going. Oh my goodness. And Gaon is able to cover that one up with a man in his crease, and then Dean mixes it up with one of the Slovakian defenders. And that's the other thing too for Canada. Keep having good offensive zone shifts. Hopefully create some frustration for Slovakia, where you end up getting them to take a dumb penalty and getting a big time power play opportunity to put this one to bed. Canada now with 36 shots, or roughly thereabout, in this game. Waugh can't come up with the puck, but Connor Bedard does for the time being anyway, as he gets it over to Joshua Waugh. Bedard's taken down, puck comes up over top of the net. Stankoven trying to come up with this puck. He can't. The waves going on in Canada tonight as they were trying to get that one going anyway, and it kind of failed. 17:02 to go here in the third period as all kinds of players just falling down over the puck. Allen plays that one. Stankoven comes up with it. Slovakia trying to channel this puck at the blue line for Canada, and it will be instead played ahead by Joshua Waugh, who will get it going down low, and the wave going around the near side boards here in Halifax as this one worked across, and that will be played ahead all the way across the blue line. Connor Bedard tips it all the way to Gael, and that will be played down by Slovakia in behind their own net. Like I said, I was watching the half minutes, and now we're into the 16:30 to go here in this third period. Wide open action between Canada and Slovakia as they continue to go end to end, trying to force something into possession, and neither team really being capable of doing it now. 16:12 to go here in this third period. A chance, ripped shot, blocked up over top of the net and into the corner by Canada. And now all of a sudden we've got 16 minutes to go as Slovakia loads another shot. It's blocked in front again. Bounces right back onto the tape of a Slovakian player. Nemec figures to play a whole bunch on the back end there for Slovakia here in this third period. 15:50 to go in this third period. 3-2 for Canada. Back the other way. Canada's going to carry it out. Here's Reed Schaefer firing a shot. He'll see it rub up and over top of the glass and out of play. So that is a wide open first 4 minutes and 18 seconds, and my heart is pretty calm till I try to catch my breath, and then she starts going. Yeah, that's the problem. I can keep my heart rate under control pretty well sometimes, and then all of a sudden she decides to get out of control, and we've got ourselves a break in the action, a face off to the right of Gaillon, who will come out and see this face-off one, and then Brendan Othman fires a shot right off the one face-off by Slovakia, and Shane Wright will pick this one up, and Brendan Othman again another chance trying to tough that in front, and Shane Wright gets bodied into the boards, no call, and Slovakia comes back the other way as they absolutely obliterated Shane Wright by today's standards into the boards, and it looks like Slovakia is offside at the blue line. All right. And this is kind of one of those plays, right? He just kind of bodies him up, throws him into the boards. Not really a malicious hit. It's just more of a shove. And just kind of bodied him there with the arm. And Shane Wright gets stapled. I guess you could say that's a penalty by the IHF standards. And the captain of Canada lobbying for that penalty. But he couldn't get it. So we'll go back. 15:22 to go here in this third period. And the excitement builds because we are officially now 4.5 minutes into this hockey game's third period. And we're just trying to get to that 15-minute mark with Canada doing what they've done. Here's Zach Dean in on the attack. Zach Dean firing the shot off the post on the backhand. Zach Dean, he's got it back behind the net now. That was an absolute grade A chance, and he just buried it off the post in behind the defense for Slovakia. In front denied as well. And there we go. We're 5 minutes into this third period. My friends, buckle up. We've got ourselves a period of hockey upcoming that will define this Canadian World Juniors. You lose here, you go home. You tie it up. If you're Slovakia, you go to overtime. You score the next two if you're Slovakia and hold Canada without a goal in the third. And you win a hockey game and send Canada home. Interesting things here. Canada would love to bust home here, though. Slovakia much tougher out than I was giving them credit for. That is for sure. Played off by Milic off the end boards. 14:30 to go here in this third period. We continue to just keep mowing the clock here as Canada-Slovakia engaged in a battle of grit here to try and win a hockey game. Shot fired, blocked over top of the net. Misses wide, and here's Logan Stankoven giving way to Connor Bedard, who's coming up the wing. He will drill into the side, try and fire it top shelf. Can't get it going on Gaillon. And we'll be back the other way. 14 minutes to go here in this third period. Shot save Milic. Breathe a second. 14 minutes exactly left here in this third period of play between Canada and Slovakia as they are starting to pile up. The shots are Slovakia. We're up over 6,000 views on the stream. Thank you so much for being along for the ride, my friends. Really appreciate it. And actually, sorry, it was just put completely wide back door there, so that's for sure. One thought on the Sens' resurgence? Well, I think the Sens are a better team than their record early indicated, to be honest with you there, my friends. So that'll be my thought for you. As here come the Canadian squad back the other way. Shot saved there by Guyon, who makes another one for Slovakia, and he'll have to make quite a few more if they want a chance to try and win this hockey game. Olin Zellweger coming back behind. He'll get it off the boards, and it goes all the way back behind the net dangerously for Canada. And we have 13:30 left to play here in this third period between Canada and Slovakia as this game continues to wind on down. Canada getting their chances, but obviously not dominating Slovakia in their own end like the plan was early on in that period. The shot fired towards the net. Good defensive coverage by Canada, and they will lead it out. Brendan Othman back the other way over to Dylan Gunther, who's going to fire it back to Othman, who was tied up all the way. And here's Bankier coming out over the boards to come and take a shift with the big boys, I guess. As this one a big time hit there on Owen Beck. Shot save, block in front there by Canada. And this one getting heated here, my friends. This one's coming together for Canada with 12:50 to go here in the third period. Oh my goodness, I'm getting some kind of nervous here. Slovakia's one shot away from tying it. They've only got 17 shots on the game, or 16, pardon me, and that could be the danger here for Canada if Slovakia decides to giddy up and tie this hockey game with a shot. But Canada doing a good job defending. They've got 40 shots so far. This puck right leading through the zone for a 2-on-1. The shot off the post again there from Bankier. And that was an incredible shot that almost led to the 4-2 goal that would have busted this one wide open. Here is Fantilli. Back behind the net was Owen Beck, but now Bankier. We'll see Gaucher come out of the net or off the bench for Canada. And we will have this fourth line go off and the third line coming across for Canada. The building absolutely electric in Halifax. Let me tell you that. Simone, welcome into the live stream. Simon, if your name's Simon, I'm not sure. As we are absolutely rocking and rolling here tonight. 11:45 to go in this third period. My goodness, this one a chance for Slovakia now to develop a 2-on-1. They're going to chip it across. Can't get the puck down, and Canada will defend well to get it back below the goal line. A shot saved. Milic scrambling front. Rebound denied. Milic the save again. Another shot still loose. Canada able to clear the puck up and out of the net and all the way down the ice to Guyon. That was a scramble in front like none out of this game for Slovakia, and they can't break it open and tie the game 3-3. Whew, boy, that one was tight. 11:10 to go here in this third period. Del Mastro battling there. The fans singing it home for Canada. Zellweger, it's a full house for Canada, by the way, too. Getting those Let's Go Canada chants going. Behind the net, Del Mastro leads out with less than 11 minutes left to go here in this third period of play between Canada and Slovakia. Bedard's got it. He'll fire it down deep. 10:45 here in this third period now to play, and this one will hop up over the stick of Del Mastro. Del Mastro will play it across to Brant Clark. Brant Clark will feed it off the boards, button hook there, and go back into his own zone to set something up as Canada trying to get things going. They'll fire it down deep into the Slovakian end. Slovaks able to play it there, tip it across, and this one will be a cut off there by Connor Bedard, who will backhand it across to a waiting stick, but cut off there by Slovakia. Back the other way as we have just about 10 minutes remaining in this third period of play. Brant Clark will fire it back into this neutral zone where Stravik comes up with it for Slovakia. It will be moved into the offensive zone if you're Slovakia. And Brendan Othman able to cut off an opportunity in the offensive zone for Slovakia with under 10 minutes to go here in this third period of play. Tyson Hines come across the bench and he will get down deep in his own end to pick up this puck. 9:45 left remaining here in the third period as the puck's played ahead. Shane Wright will fire it on down deep and he will come on the attack. Will be across the boards and there's Dylan Gunther coming across and trying to pick up this puck. He can't. 9:30 to go here in this third period. And it is one of those tight matchups where we've now seen more than half a period go by and nothing so far solved. Slovakia, the better chances, I'd say, in this one. Shot by Nemec, blocked in front again. I thought that was going back nowhere. 9:12 to go, and Nemec has it again. The one-timer coming, pounded on net. Milic the save for Canada, scrambled up in front, and Canada will be able to clear that as Hines goes off the boards, and Zellweger chips it ahead. And this one will be fired across, and another chance here for Slovakia to cross into the blue line of Canadian zone. Shot fired, blocked in front again. Good denial there by Canada as this one fired ahead by Zellweger. 8:46 to go, and we will have an icing call against Canada. This one's getting tight, that's for sure, friends. And that one, a solid post there by Canada. They were that close to busting this one to 4-2. And then this denial here. What a denial by the pad of Milic, who just was able to get it down. And then the glove save by Tyson Hines. They're showing the replay on the Jumbotron here. And Tyson Hines, the big time glove save on the doorstep for Slovakia, keeps the game 3-2, right? You think about that one. But that's as tight as they come. Jeff, welcome into the stream. Backdoor, Slovakia scores. Just like that. Slovakia has tied it 3-3 in regulation. Face-off won by Slovakia, and they get the job done. And like we needed more drama, we've got it. And Slovakia wins that one back. A good nifty hand-eye coordination play, and then they just drive it down low behind the net, play it back off the end boards, and then Massar feeds it in front, and Milic left all alone against Nemec, whoever that is, and my goodness, Slovakia buries the goal. Mashar? Is that how you say it? Mashar? Oh, that's Mashar. Sorry, that's who I've been pronouncing it, Massar. And Mashar, the beautiful feed in front, gets it going, and Slovakia's bench absolutely erupts. My friends, this game has just changed on a dime. Suddenly, we've got a hockey game here, and Canadian fans about as happy with that one as you'd expect them to be. 8:35 to go here in this third period of play. And we will see an icing call against Canada leads to a lost face-off. And that one is tough. 8:35 to go here in the third period. Jim, welcome into the stream. Of course, you're coming in with a comment like that. I appreciate it. Hey, keeping it local, right? As Libor Namish gets the goal. I don't think that's who scored the goal. I think they've got that wrong again here for TSN's crew. They've had a long day on the hot graphics, that's for sure. 8:19 to go here in this third period. As Slovakia will chip it on deep down to Del Mastro. Del Mastro will carry out for Canada, and now suddenly you got to make something of it here. And Connor Bedard kind of waiting for a special moment. He'll fire this puck on Gayon, who, well, sees it go wide of the net after it's played by his defenseman. And now back the other way. Here comes Slovakia. Button hook all alone. The shot. Glove save, Milic. Big time stop from Milic to get that job done and get the face-off for Canada after the defensive zone breakdown there. And what a glove save for Milic. You'll love to see that. Whew, that's a tight one. And we will have a stoppage in play and, of course, a break in the action. My friends, I'll send you an ad quickly, but it's where we're currently tended for Canada, and it's 3-3 as we currently sit. Oh my goodness, I did not expect this one to go sideways on us today, but it has. And now, friends, we're in a 3-3 game, all tied, for both teams trying to come up with a victory here. Welcome to Dolynny TV if you're just joining us here, and it looks like the stream is lagging out on my end there for some reason. But welcome to Dolynny TV. I'm Tyson. Thanks for being along tonight. Really appreciate you tuning in to the live stream, all 6,400 of you almost. And in fact, we do get up to 6,400. And I'll just quickly give you an idea of where we've sat on the live stream till you've jumped in. It was 2-0 Canada, 2-1 Canada, 3-1 Canada, 3-2 Canada, 3-3 all now. And as we currently sit here to multiply this one out, 1.9 divided by 60, we have crossed 202 hours watched on the stream. Thank you so much, everybody, for being along for the ride here. And now all of a sudden, Slovakia a chance to eliminate Canada. Milic another save here, and we will have another whistle in this action. 41-21 the shots. Slovakia the better chances, I guess, on net in the fewer shots afforded, as Canada has missed some wide open opportunities. I think Zach Dean, think back to the one he put through the crease this period. It was 7:46 to go. We've got, 466 seconds left to play before we head to overtime. And tell me what overtime would look like here on Dolynny TV if we get a chance to go there tonight. That would be absolutely fantastic. 3-3 the game right now, though, and we've got a long ways to go before overtime, that is for sure. As both teams battling here along the boards. It's back to the blue line for Slovakia. They'll fire the shot. It goes wide of the net. Del Mastro meets it there. He'll kick it off, and there we go. Canada back the other way. Shane Wright across the blue line. He'll get it down to Dylan Gunther. Gunther goes back around behind the net to Brennan Othman. Othman's denied in front. Zellweger fires the shot in front. Gaon. Gunther the chance. Zellweger the shot. Blocked again. Zellweger another shot. And Gaon the save. And this guy has been the end-all, be-all MVP for Slovakia here tonight. That is for sure. He's been absolutely fantastic, stopping everything that's come his way, all but those 3 goals that have been pretty unstoppable from Canada so far. And look at this one, this opportunity for Zellweger. He fires the shot, the old crotch block save for Strabik, who is able to make that desperation save, and number 30 Annette Gaillon making all kinds of big time saves for Slovakia in this one. We are closing in on this game, coming to an end. 6:57 on my clock, which means we are close to the end of this. Thomas is going for Slovakia. And Nishak in on net. He can't get it going. And 7:03, we will have another stoppage in play in the Canadian zone. This one getting tight, my friends. This one 3-3. And look at that play in front of stick play, but it was a kick there by Bacco instead, trying to play that puck towards the net, and he does kick it on net, but that's nothing major. As you know, that just is kind of the way it goes, and right now we're just sitting here waiting for Canada to wake up and score the 4-3 goal. As, man, I can taste that hamburger helper upstairs waiting for me on the stove, but I just got to get there at this point. And we are a million miles away from there. Yep, Milic, another save after the face-off shot by Slovakia, testing the keeper to see if he was going to let in a soft one, I guess you could say. Luke's going for Canada. Robert is going for Slovakia. Yurko, nice last name. Obviously former Oiler, Tomáš Yurko. And 7:01 to go here in this third period. Slovakia talks about the face-off. They'll take their time to draw up the play. Petrovsky ready to go. Oh, it's Nemash. Sorry, that's Nemash. Libor. And we are just about set for this one. A little bit of TikTok by Kesha on the speakers as they are trying to really pump up Canada here. Make them aware that they've got less than 413 seconds to go to win this hockey game in regulation. Obviously, overtime, light me up. I'm here for it, but I'm also not of the, well, cardio to probably survive it, but we'll see what happens, friends. If you're new to the channel, take the rest of this hockey game. Consider hitting the subscribe button here on Dolynny TV. I'd love to have you for all things Edmonton Oilers. We're just in a pause in the action. Let's get back to it now. 6:53 to go here in this third period. Canadian fans looking on, nervous moments in the stands. This chance not going as hard as they were previously. And in Brandt Clarke with his own puck. It'll be moved ahead, tipped in there, and it'll all be down to Gaillon, who will see it played now by somebody in front. And now a chance for Brandt Clarke, who will fire it down low to Gaucher. Gaucher out there with Zach Dean and Ostapchuk. Ostapchuk gets it back at the blue line. He will go into the neutral territory, and 6:20 remains here in this third period of play. It'll be tipped ahead off the boards, and Ostapchuk out to play it against Gaillon, who will see it go to the boards, and that will be again Zach Dean working him over. And now a chance for the Canadians to keep it in. Tyson Hines does indeed, and here comes Zach Dean back to the blue line, and it's kept in yet again by Canada, but Slovakia regains control. 6 minutes to go. Slovakia gets it into the Canadian end. Canada tips it in back onto a Slovakian stick in their end. And this is how it's going to go now. The next player to make a mistake loses this hockey game. Milic plays it off. 5:45 remaining here in the third period. A 3-all game. Slovakia will fire it in. Down to Milic. Milic will leave it there for Zellweger. Zellweger's got exactly 5:35 to play this puck, and they turn it over. Do Canada, but now Zellweger again up with his puck. Top line comes out. Dylan Guenther flips it into the neutral zone, and Slovakia regains possession. 5:25 remaining here in this third period as Zellweger back behind his net again, able to bust it ahead up the wing, and here's Dylan Guenther after a man falls down. The shot blocked by Mech, who gets the save of the game. That is a great block with the stick, and it goes up and out of play, and we will go to commercial break quickly, my friends. As this game get intense, I can tell by the views jumping up here on the stream. Welcome into Dolynny TV, my friends. This game absolutely insane. It's been a good one so far, but now suddenly she's heating up 3-3 with just over 5 minutes remaining here in the third period. Welcome to the channel. My pleasure to have you along this afternoon, this evening, wherever you're tuning in from. I hope you've enjoyed the hockey game thus far, and I hope we enjoy the rest of this one together here on the channel as we cross into the 200 viewer territory here on Dolynny TV as things are heating up. But again, my pleasure to have you along. And like I said a few moments ago, but I'll do it again one more time. If you'd be so kind for the rest of this hockey game to consider hitting the subscribe button on Dolynny TV, it would be my pleasure to have you along for all things Edmonton Oilers the rest of the way this season. I'm hoping to live stream one more World Juniors game, obviously the gold medal game, maybe the semifinal game if I'm lucky, but it's bread and butter Edmonton Oilers here on the channel. Blue and orange, blue, white and orange, blue, white and orange, alternate, blue, white and orange. Oh, the good old alternate, and then blue, white and orange over here as well. You get where we're going. Zach Dean coming up with some chances for Canada. And yeah, my friends, I know you're probably looking for a link. Unfortunately, I do not have a link for you. But let's go finish off this game, shall we? 5:13 remaining here in this third period. The second line, Stankoven, Waugh, Bedard coming out to play this puck off the face-off and hopefully win one back for Canada. And this one won by Slovakia. Canada ties it up, though, immediately after. And that one will be thrown towards the goal. And that will be a save for Gaillon. All right, game on. 5:06 to go here as Canada and Slovakia trying to finish this one off with a good result here. My friends, we're looking for a good result out of Canada now, as we would love to see something happen for Connor Bedard, something special to make sure we move on here. Connor Bedard back behind the net, throws it in front to Stankoven. He's denied side of the net, and we're inside the last 5 minutes to play here in this third period of play as the Slovakian side moves it ahead. That's a nice play by Milic to come out and make sure he knocks down that puck. And here comes Connor Bedard, who will move it ahead. Bedard plays this puck through the neutral. He'll get it going, and it goes on down deep. This one worked there by Canada and picked up by Joshua Roy, who backhands it. Stankoven over to Bedard. Bedard on the side of the net, couldn't release it. And it is a clear for Slovakia. The game on Bedard's stick, and he couldn't put it home right there. That was that tight for it going in. Michael, welcome into the live stream. 4:18 to go here in this third period, cutting through the middle. Slovakia trying to get through. A nice staple off there by Del Mastro. Canada back the other way. 4:08 to go in this third period, and they will rule that icing against Canada here on that one, my friends. Oh my goodness, we are absolutely rocking and a rolling here in this final 5 minutes of this hockey game, and just Connor Bedard slubs up on it there, hits it off the stick, and just misses, putting this game away on the secondary chance. That is crazy. Slovakia tied 3-3. You thought that Sweden-Finland game was a good one. Well, it was, but now this one has a chance to be an instant classic between Canada and Slovakia on January 2nd, 2023. Can't believe we're in 2023. That seems crazy. Julie, welcome in. Sam's going to cry if Canada loses. Well, we've got 3 minutes and 53 seconds to decide if Canada goes to overtime, takes it in regulation, loses in regulation, or what one of those three will be decided. Obviously, we'll get to the overtime if we need to, but 3:41 to go here in this third period. Played back there by Allen, who will go back behind his own net and leave it there for Brant Clark, who comes off the end boards and flips it into the neutral, knocked down, and here comes Ostapchuk carrying it on into the offensive zone. Zach Dean carries it back deep. 3:20 to go here in this third period, and that will be a turnover by Canada, but a nice defensive recovery here by Canada to keep that puck alive, and it's worked back into the offensive zone. Ostapchuk, the third line, taking a hard shift here before the big boy lines come out and play the puck the rest of the way home. And of course, as we started the live stream, the three-legged little buddy of mine, my cat, coming meowing into the basement, wanting some attention, and Connor Bedard absolutely robbed from breaking the tie open. And this is this is the best Canadian team since Crosby as it was billed, but now all of a sudden we may lose to Czechia and then may lose to Slovakia as well to end our tournament, and that would be something if that's how it plays out here. But Canada trying to get things going with 3:07 to go here in this third period. Stankoven out there with Bedard, Roy, and obviously the rest of the boys on the blue line. As Bedard has it on the blue line, he'll go back down to Zellweger, who fires all the way down to Stankoven, who wraps it around. Denied there. Bedard fires it back down deep again. With Slovakia trying to fire this one out. They will, I wanted to say Switzerland for some reason. Pardon me, I've only been calling this game for the entirety, right? And now a chance ahead for Canada, and it will be an icing call with 2:41 to go. And you want to talk about the biggest face-off of the game right here. That last one for Slovakia after an icing call against Canada was huge, but this one's about to be the end-all be-all for Canada right here. If you can avoid this face-off going awry in your own zone, you're going to be just fine for the next foreseeable bits of this hockey game, but you need to win it. You cannot lose this face-off to Slovakia here, and my cat wanting all the attention. I'm sorry if I'm a bit distracted trying to get him up onto my lap, and Slovakia wins the face-off back. They'll go down off the boards. This one's going to go there, tied up by Bedard and Zellweger, and Bedard away, back after being denied just moments ago with a chance to win this hockey game. And now here's a chance for Slovakia after sealing off Joshua Waugh. Not getting it going here, and now all of a sudden back the other way as Slovakia fires it back into Canadian end. And now Connor Bedard out there, he will take a long shift, and then Shane Wright's line will take a long shift, and then we'll figure it out as Slovakia fires the shot up over top of the net. Slovakia fires it deep, and now a chance again for Hines to come up, or sorry, Allen to come up with his puck, or is that Hines? I'm not sure. Either way, Stankoven fires that puck up to Clark. Clark, as the Cat's struggling to find a hold here on me. Ouch, he's going to fire into the chest, will Brant Clark, and we will have a whistle and a stoppage in play with $1:51 to go here in this third period of play. Sometimes you just have to do it live, and that's what I'm doing with that cat right there. As my goodness, this is going to be a big time finish to this hockey game. Yes. Onions, and sorry, that little thumper of mine, he wanted some attention and I had to just let him down. So $1:51 to go here in this third period. The top line for Canada out there now, trying to take this shift to win this hockey game. It'll be fired into the Canadian end with $1:42 on the clock. And my friends, we are this close to this hockey game coming to an end for Canada. Should they score here or should they get scored on? Otherwise, we will go to overtime. Shot fired down deep and a save there by Guyon, and a rebound fired by Wright. Denied in front. The rebound by Gunther. Again, Wright, another chance at a rebound. He can't get it going. $1:20 to go. It's a scramble in the Slovakian zone as Gunther trying to come up with his puck down to Wright and get it going. Slovakia is absolutely rocking, I can imagine, right now with this game going the way it is. As this is back to Zellweger with $1:05 left on the clock, and it looks like overtime may be imminent. Guyon makes the save from the point shot. 50 shots almost for Canada here, 48 to be exact. As Brant Clark will see this puck played off the boards, and he will put his man to the ice, and here comes Stankoven across the blue line. Stankoven carrying back in front to Waugh. Connor Bedard off the post, and it's a continued play for Canada in the offensive zone. Stankoven carrying around behind the net, back to the slot, shot save, Guyon, and we have 34 seconds to go, and it looks like Slovakia just took a penalty in front of the net, burying one of the Canadians in front, Connor Bedard, goes down. And whether this be the game winner for Canada in regulation on the power play or in overtime, Canada has 2 minutes on the power play to solve this game with 50 shots on the board in a 3-3 hockey game. Wow. Crazy. And Connor Bedard rings it off the bar. Absolute insanity here in this third period. And then Nemec with the killer cross-check on Connor Bedard, buries him in front, just absolute crumples him. And we will have a match penalty for cross-checking, as it looks like Nemec cross-checked Bedard in the neck, is what they're ruling here. And right there, yeah, I guess he gets the back of the helmet. And that's either, if it hit his back, officially it's a 2. If it hit his neck, it's a game and a match, and he is up on gone. So we'll see what happens here, as Slovakia might have just lost this game with 34 seconds to go on a weird penalty there by their captain. I mean, he's been taking it all game, but still, weird one there for sure. And then all of a sudden, bang, and Nemec ends up taking it. I don't think it's a 5-minute major. They're reviewing it, obviously, but it looks like Nemec will go to the box for 2 minutes. And the referees will have the call. We are with 34 seconds to go, and you knew we couldn't have a moment of this hockey game without a little bit of drama at the end. And we've got 3-3 the score. Slovakia, Canada, they're waiting to figure out if Nemec is going to take a penalty that costs him the tournament, or if he's going to take a penalty that allows them to kill it off and get a goal later in the game. Logan, you missing me at ice games? Well, I'm missing the Cold Lake ice games, to be honest with you. I'd love to be in the hockey rink as much as possible, trying to get some Junior B stuff back together, but unfortunately, just can't find Junior B down here in southern Alberta as readily available as it was when I lived in Cold Lake, that's for sure. 3-4.1. 2 minutes for cross-checking is what the penalty comes out to be. So Canada continues their chance to go on the power play. It's not a match penalty, but it's a chance now for Canada to try and win this hockey game right here. Let's see what they can do, as Nemec takes a 2-minute minor for cross-checking with 34 seconds to go. Canada on their feet. Connor Bedard on the ice. And everybody looking for that signature moment of the World Juniors right here, right now. As this one for 4 on the power play is Canada. Out there right, Othman and Connor Bedard on the forwards. I think Gunther is back at the blue line, if I'm not mistaken. 3-4.1 on the clock. 34.1 seconds. Face-off scrambled up. Shane Wright down, and there's a man down in a heap on that puck as he's just burying it. And I don't know what they're doing here as he's covering it up. And I don't understand what he's trying to do here, as this is all kinds of crazy. And they finally squirt the puck free. Canada goes all the way back out into the neutral zone. They'll fire it back down deep into the Slovakian end. And my friends, I don't want to alert you, but it looks like with that clear by Slovakia, unless Zellweger can absolutely play it ahead, and he won't, he's going to try and not turn this puck over. We are headed to overtime between Canada and Slovakia. That was one heck of a crazy finish there, as that Slovakian player dives on the puck right off the face-off to scramble it up. He goes down, and then he just rolls on over to try and make sure that doesn't go over. And my goodness. Whew. He's on that puck trying to cover it up as best he can. And my friends, we've got overtime here, a 4-on-3 opportunity for Canada to start overtime with, well, about 4.5 minutes. Let me run a chance to go up to the washroom quickly. 2.5 or a minute and a half left on the power play. 5 minutes to go in overtime, I think, is what it'll be on the clock. But give me a sec. I just got to use the washroom before things go sideways for sure. Give me We're back to action. Sorry, folks. Just had to hit the washroom quickly. We've got overtime coming up between Slovakia and Canada. Preliminary round, 5 minutes, followed by shootout. Quarterfinal, semifinal, and bronze medal game, 10 minutes. Followed by a shootout. Are you kidding me? We could see a shootout in this one. Ay. That is going to be nuts if we see a shootout in this one for this game against Slovakia. Connor Bedard, though, started it off with that big-time goal. Second period, following it up, Ostapchuk scoring a huge one. Dylan Gunther also scoring another big one for Canada as well. But we will head to overtime, my friends, here in this one. Third period, a huge goal. Terrible defense there by Canada. And it is a big-time goal for Nemec in front of the net. Libor Nemec, who's had a great game today against Canada, scores a huge one. And now don't let the moment get too big if you're Canada. Let's giddy up, get this done, and finish off this live stream, finish off this hockey game with a grandiose, good old hockey game finish for sure. Let's try and get it done. I would not mind that at all. As here we go. Buckle up, friends. It's 4 a.m., but I can't sleep without knowing who the final score for sure. Come on, Canada, is all I got to say. Agreeing with my friend in the comments here. As Slovakia wins the face-off, they will dump it down. We've got 10 minutes to go in overtime before we see a shootout decide this thing once and for all in case we need it. A $1:15 to go on the power play for Canada. Carrying across is Gunther, who will go across to Zellweger. Now you got, of course, Connor Bedard out there as well. Gunther across from Bedard. Gunther looking, and he will go down to Bedard, who will set up and look for a snipe show attack. This one, Connor Bedard over to Dylan Gunther, loading the one-timer. Zellweger, the block in front, and it goes up and out of play. And we will have a stoppage with 33 seconds gone in overtime. The snap of the stick for the Slovakian player, enough to block that shot in front. And we are this close to deciding who wins. But first off, we got to see what happens here in the snap of the stick as that one goes up and out of play off of the stick of the Slovakian player. A beautiful block in front by him. And now Zellweger will come out and, well, get it going. Here's the opportunity now for Canada off of the face-off. Slovakia will fire it on down into the Canadian territory. 9:20 to go here in overtime with 45 seconds to go in the power play. Canada leading out from behind their own zone, and here comes Connor Bedard through the neutral. Bedard in on the right wing. He'll go back to the blue line up to Zellweger. Zellweger will dump back down to Bedard. Bedard fires the shot off the glove of Guyon, and he retreats and gets it back to Zellweger on a play from Shane Wright, the captain. Right back up to Zellweger. He'll go across here to Connor Bedard, who's looking for Gunther. Here's Shane Wright in on net. I think that went in, folks. That was back of the bar probably, but it's a beautiful shot by Shane Wright, denied. And we play on as this one, Gunther across to Zellweger. Gunther down low to Connor Bedard. Bedard back to Gunther. Here's across to Zellweger. Zellweger in front. The shot saved. Bedard the shot over top of the net. No siren in the building yet, so that means that I don't think we have a goal as of yet. And it looks like we've got an offside at the Slovakian blue line with 8:24 to go in overtime. Shane Wright that close to sending us home. As look at this, he roofs that one up off the bar off of Guyon and almost back of the net. That goes literally bottom of the bar and out, that puck bouncing on end. And we were that close to this one being over had that decided to bounce into the net instead of out of the net. And my goodness, that was just that close to being done and dusted. Here we go, 8:24 to go. Canada. Timeout for Slovakia. 30-second timeout for Slovakia. Canada now with 51 shots on net, my friends. Welcome to Dolynny TV. As I take you home in overtime, I want you to consider one thing for me. You know what? I am dang close to that 10,000 subscriber mark. Last I checked, less than 165 to go. If you would be so kind to hit that subscribe button and stick around with me for more Edmonton Oilers discussion all year long, I would be greatly appreciated of you, as we've got 3 seconds left in this overtime timeout for Slovakia, and we will head back to action here. Simon and Tanya Wright, Shane and Shane Wright's mother and father out there in the stands. And we are just waiting for this game to get done with here. Somebody's got to score a goal. Somebody's got to be a hero. Somebody has to find the back of the net to end this one, whether it be in overtime or a shootout. as it'll be Olin Zellweger drawn in here back on the ice for Canada. It's Logan Stankoven and Connor Bedard. So Zellweger's played all of this overtime so far, and he'll get another chance to keep playing here as he will get the face-off win from Stankoven. He'll carry on wide, and he's going to bust into the zone, and we are true. 3-on-3 now as it's fired across all the way to Logan Stankoven. He blows a tire, and here comes Slovakia back the other way. They miss a pass, did Nemec, and now that'll allow Connor Bedard to poke it ahead wide on Nemec. He will drive back behind the net to the near side wing. Connor Bedard being battled there by Nemec. They've battled all game long, best on best in this tournament. And this one freed up by Stankoven, who's going to walk around the defender, but it's poke checked briefly, and now a chance for Slovakia back the other way. Stankoven with the game on his stick, able to turn it back the other way, and here's Zellweger and Connor Bedard. Bedard cutting through the middle. He's going to go backhand, and the shot by Zellweger denied, and he just couldn't turn it back to the forehand in time. The shot by Wright denied on a block shot again in the middle of the slot. And look at this. This is just end-to-end action. Here's Connor Bedard walking down the wing. Shot fired. Saved by Guyon, who is playing absolutely out of his skull. Back the other way comes Slovakia. In on the attack. Now the shot fired to Milic. His first save of overtime. Slovakia retrieves the puck in the corner. Canada still trying to come up with it. They've completed the change. They've got Brant Clark and Dylan Gunther on the ice alongside Shane Wright. Slovakia at the near side point. Everybody standing on their feet. You can barely see the near side boards within Halifax tonight. This one worked there still by Slovakia. Their first real zone possession in this overtime, coming towards the net. Around. They're looking for the pass. They don't have it. Brant Clark seeing the man go wide on him, and he'll retreat back into the neutral zone. 6:44 to go in this third period. Slovakia gets wholesale line changes aboard, and they will peel off behind their own net, trying to get this going one last time to end this one right here, right now, in overtime against Canada. 6:30 to go. Wheeling down the wing, Canada keeping them to the outside. Zellweger denies the man, but he continues the puck forward. Near side boards, I can't tell you. Nobody could tell you what's going on down there unless Gord Miller's got a better vantage point than us with the camera. And this one, Slovakia will work it here. Back out into the neutral zone, and now Slovakia just keep away as the main name of the game here as they load up into the Canadian zone yet again. This one coming in, they will fire back behind the net, and now Joshua Waugh trying to come up with this puck. He can't seem to do it, and it'll be worked out there by Slovakia back into the neutral where they continue to possess this puck. The possession time, unreal. Cut into the middle, a chance here now, fired to the back. Oh my goodness, no cross creaser there for Slovakia. They continue possession here in overtime. The shot fired towards the net, the rebound, Milic! The absolute denial with the glove! And we will play on with 5:37 to go here in this overtime frame. The Canadian fans all about that one. I was talking to you about my heartbeat not being up earlier in that third period. My goodness, my heart just about stopped right there. That was an excellent stop by Milic. Unreal. Friends, this is crazy as it can be here in this overtime period, and Connor Bedard that close to sniping it home as well earlier on the game. As here's an opportunity now for Bedard to get back out there. It's been a while since he's been on the ice, obviously because of Canada getting run around by the possession of Slovakia, but now a defensive zone draw for Logan Stankoven, the assistant captain for Canada. He'll win it back to Zellweger. Zellweger goes to play it off the boards. He's got Stankoven, who's got Bedard one-on-one against Simone Nemec. Here's the Canadian fans standing again. Bedard will play it to the far side boards and then carry on down deep. Nemec, though, able to turn it back the other way, and it looks like Slovakia may have just iced this puck, and indeed they have. The footways won by Zellweger, and Nemec can't believe that he is going to have to head back to his defensive zone here, but that's what he's going to have to do for sure. Is that one a glove beauty by Thomas Milic to stop that one? First the pad denial, then the glove denies the attackers in front of the net. And this has been an absolutely unbelievable hockey game so far. I mean, to sit down and think, hey, I'm going to stream Canada today and get the hockey game we've gotten today, absolutely unreal, and the fans know it, as it's one back to Brant Clark at the blue line by Logan Stankoven, who plays it there. Connor Bedard sees trouble, retreats back into his own zone with 5:05 to go. It's played ahead all the way to Stankoven, who goes back to Bedard. Bedard loads through the neutral zone. Bedard in on the attack. He'll drag to the wide, and now Guyon almost did the splits in net and blew a tire. Brant Clark in, able to get it across to Connor Bedard, who's walking right down the middle. Shot denied by Guyon, point blank. And we play on as Connor Bedard continues to attack the net here. Connor Bedard in, scores. What a beauty. There is no words for that one, friends. Connor Bedard ends it in overtime for Team Canada to win and advance to the semifinals 4-3 over Slovakia. You knew this was Connor Bedard's game to win, and he didn't come this far to lose. And that is just like that. It ends in overtime for Canada 4-3. The players for Slovakia can't even get up off the ice. Guyon just getting up now. Canada wins 4-3 in overtime to get the job done. And I mean, there are players on the ice crying. There's coaches on the bench crying for Canada. That was about as crazy of a hockey game as you can possibly get at the World Juniors in the elimination rounds. Overtime, it took more than half of it to get the job done, but Connor Bedard wins it and sends us on to face the USA in the semis. Connor Bedard loads through, fired that first shot. Guyon made the save. He gets it back, and he just weaves right through in typical Connor Bedard fashion, right to the front of the net, and puts it home. The USA awaits us now on Wednesday. My friends, absolutely unreal. Connor Bedard right through the middle. This kid is going to be dang special when he reaches the NHL level next year. But for 2 more games, we get to appreciate him on the national stage. And I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, to see Connor Bedard, if his OHL or his CHL season, is done early in the year, to see him at the World Championships, the Men's World Championships with Canada, once again on the national stage one more time before he gets drafted. Guyon beat there. He cannot believe it. He just lays down and lets it be what it is. My friends, thank you so much for spending your evening with me. I am in need of some food. I am in need of some more water. I've been out since the start of overtime. Connor Bedard, though, gets the job done in overtime for Team Canada. Before you friends head out, let me tell you, you know what? Consider, please, sticking around with me. I promise you, the passion you've seen in this hockey game for this World Juniors win for Canada is the passion you'll see every day on Dolynny TV for the Edmonton Oilers. Thank you so much for choosing me to spend your game with. I guess I'm trying to head out before actually the players of the game are awarded. So let's see. I believe Connor Bedard is the player of the game for Canada. And I mean, Simon Nemec absolutely defeated on the ice. He is crying up a storm. I mean, that's an emotional break for a team that came that close to taking down the juggernaut. The best team since Crosby in Team Canada, as it's been donned. Obviously, maybe not. But they were that close to doing it, and they just missed that much. Connor Bedard in overtime. Obviously, the players of the game, I think we'll have Slovakia's player first, as this was an absolutely unreal hockey game between these two teams, and we will have a player of the game for Canada and Slovakia. I think obviously Guyon's got to win it for Slovakia. He kept them in it all the way. Slovakia can't believe it that they have lost. And this is a chance here. Somebody will be awarding the puck. And I mean, that number 14 for Slovakia, he's struggling in the line. And I mean, it's emotional to see these young men struggling. And instead, it is awarded the best player of the game, Libor Nemec for Slovakia. He gets the award. Rightfully so, I'd say Guyon, but he's beaten, defeated as the goaltender, whereas Nemec awarded player of the game, Libor that is, who had a fantastic game, the deflection goal, the second goal to get them 3-3, and for Team Canada, yeah, I'm sorry, there is absolutely no doubt there. It's Connor Bedard all day, every day, baby, for Team Canada. His dad just can't even breathe. He can barely stomach a smile right now based on what has just transpired in this hockey game. Friends, thank you so much for tuning in this evening. My great pleasure to have you along. I am up on out of here. Hats off again, as Wayne said, to Slovakia for having an absolutely fantastic game. Chad, thank you so much for being along. Everybody that's been in the chat all night long. Peter, thank you for being along. I am going to head on out of here. One more ad.